snap. It's going
Oh,
down.
oh, oh! They got a convertible Benz that's like
Yeah.
a stretch limo with a pool in the back of it.
I love that show. Hey, crank it up, dude. Crank it
Oh,
up.
oh, and they, of course, they have their nerd.
I'm over here dancing right now, dude. I'm dancing. Getting it in.
Welcome back for the first time, geek enthusiasts and lovers of the plastic crack. This is your safe space, free from safety. So put your hands on some plastic. It's time for toy tea time.
I've had a morning.
Not
sir.
your mailbox.
Exactly right. And then this motherfucker, man. So I had to go through. First I had this fucker. Like the this one, I guess the service people that be out there in the post. I was taking people's packages and shit like that. Like if you got to pick up a slip or some crap or drop something off. So first that lady, well, she was pretty pleasant, but she tried to play me. So then I asked for. So then I was like, I don't have to do.
Hang on, hang on. All right, let me get some background on this
Okay,
before we
okay.
jump into this. So, why does your mailman hate you?
They're fuck. My post office is just the worst post office, period, ever in the history of American postage. They are the worst, dude. They've always been on some bullshit. Like,
Hang on.
uh,
Did your mailman damage one of your packages and you went in on him
you know what? I don't
out
think.
front? Like, why does he hate you?
I would think that I would assume it's because you know how it goes. You get a lot of packages. They get tired of dropping off the packages. Now there's been. I will be fair that the people on my route have changed like a couple of times. There used to be this older Caucasian lady. We'll call her a cougar, and she was quite pleasant indeed, sir. But it's this young chick that's working the route now, dude. She's a young. I don't know. She's like she should be in college, but she doesn't have the direction, or the determination. So, so like the days that I've been off, like when I'll be off of work or whatever, or I'm working from home, and I see her pull up, she's texting while she's driving the mail thing, and she's bumping like one time she drove by and she was like bumping what's the guy's name, Gucci Mane. She was like bumping Gucci Mane.
Out
She,
of the mail truck?
yeah, she had like a
That's awesome.
I don't know if she had like a system in there or she had like a radio or something, but that mail truck was banging, sir. And she like hops out like, yeah. You ever seen cheerleaders? What is it? Zombie cheerleaders or some shit like that?
No.
All right, so she hops out of the mail truck looking like Miss Princess cheerleader high school queen or some shit, right? But with all the attitude of that door that you just don't want in your house, dog. So she jumps out and she's pulling my boxes out and just dropping them on the ground and shit. And this one particular time I caught her, she pulled up. She checked to see what the mail was. I had a couple of boxes that day, and I swear to God, I could be wrong, I could be exaggerating, but I swear to God, because let me disclaimer, I'm not a lip reader, all right. But I swear to God, I looked at her face, and she looked down those boxes, and I could have swore she muttered something to the effect of, "Oh hell nah, oh fuck nah, or fuck this shit." Something to that effect, because she started pulling the boxes up. You know what she did? She put the boxes down back in. She like put them down back wherever they were in the truck, and started writing up a pink slip to put in the mailbox as they so often do, dude. And she was just getting ready to slide, and I started ran downstairs and shit and ran the front of like, hey, I'm home. And then she saw me and she rolled her eyes and cocked her neck to the side. I'm like, God, this is not the fucking valley, though. Like, what is all this attitude? So man, I think it's her, man. I think that I really think that she's the asshole that broke my fucking mailbox, man. And like I told the lady, it's happened once before. It happened last year, whereas the person brought the door was down, and it got caught in their window as they drove off. But it didn't break. They put it back inside. They put it inside the mailbox. I just took some new screws and I put it back on. It didn't break, no harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? But this time they actually broke it, dude.
So you think this chick did it intentionally?
I don't know if she did it intentionally, but because I feel the way I feel about her, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, she did. She was like, "Fuck this box guy, I'm breaking this shit."
Well,
Even that one, she
because
broke
you
it and she
sent me
was like,
those
"Fuck it."
photos, and it looks like deliberate, like someone like folded it down and then like leaned on it to try to
That's
get
what
it
I'm
to snap.
saying. Like, I think that she's like, in my mind, I imagine her opening the mailbox, right? Because I was supposed to have a box, and this is another thing. I was supposed to have a box, and yet again, she filled the pink slip out. Well, I can't say she because she wasn't. I wasn't there to see it was her, but she is the route person, right? So she filled the pink slip out. My kids were home all day yesterday because it's summertime, right? So she filled the pink slip out and she put it inside of the fucking mailbox, even though my kids were home. And clearly on the pink slip it says, "Sorry, we missed you." You know what I'm saying? Meaning someone had to have not been home when they knocked on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, do you have like a really long driveway or like a difficult driveway?
It's not like the longest, but it's a standard driveway, I would think. Maybe a
Well,
little bit longer than the standard driveway.
so how far is it from your mailbox to your doorstep?
Dude, it's like only a few steps. It's only like some what? It's like a fucking I don't know. It's an average yard span. Like how you put it's okay. Let's say this. It's a little longer. It's about two cars. The span of two cars. How about that?
Okay.
From the garage door to the actual street is a span of two cars. You can fit
So
two cars.
she doesn't want to get out of the truck and walk 20 feet to
There
to
you
your
go.
doorway.
There you go. Maybe 25 or 26 because the garage is slightly set out. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you
Okay,
gotta,
well now you do have dogs. Is she afraid of the dogs?
She could be afraid of dogs, but how afraid of a dog can you be when the dog is inside? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like here's the deal. Here's the deal. They drop the packages off. It's not like they come knock on the door and this is why I'm like, why are you leaving a slip? Because it's not like like FedEx where they bring the package and you got to sign for it. And even FedEx drops packages off unless it requires a signature. So you're dropping the box. So the dog doesn't even come into play. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got some bruisers, but they don't even come into play, dude. Because you're bringing the box, you're dropping the box. I bet the only time she would drop the box, I bet if it was raining, she would drop that box off. I bet she would. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing my job today. And so the fucking lady, so I'm at the post office,
Okay.
and I speak to the little welcoming lady or whatever the case is, and she tries to play me, and I'm like, I don't gotta take this off of you. You're just a worker, you know.
Wow. Okay, maybe I can see why your mail carrier hates you.
I didn't say it to her like that, but this is what I'm thinking.
Your
right?
job is to bring my box to my door.
That's your fucking job. I didn't. You ever heard a
Wow.
person say, I didn't choose your job for you. You chose your job. Now do it." But no, I wasn't exactly rude to the first lady, because I mean she tried to play me a little bit, and I was like, well, you know what, I need to see someone else. So she went and got who she said was a manager or a shift manager. I didn't know that they had shift managers. I thought they just had a post manager, but I don't know.
It's probably the weekend manager. It's a Saturday.
Well, so the supposed shift manager comes to the front, but the supposed shift manager really looks like a regular worker, because I've seen that person back there working. I was like, this person ain't no fucking man. Just a dude, right? A black dude, right? A brother, you know.
Oh, so
So,
you're playing that card, are
nah,
you?
I don't take the black bait.
Oh,
Nah,
are
I
you
don't,
are you hitting him up with a hey brother? Let me talk to you right quick.
no, I
Step over here.
don't really take the black bait. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
he walks
Okay.
up, and I'm like, I wasn't like Malika my salam or some shit. You know
Oh
what I'm
God.
saying? Nah, he walks up. I was like, "How you doing, sir?" You know what I'm saying? He's like, "How you doing, sir?" Yeah, it's like, "Okay, listen, I have a complaint with your mail carriers. Blah 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 blah. My shit's broken, right?" And he says, "Well, do you know for a fact that it was my mail person that did it, my mail carrier that did it?" And I'm like, well, other than the fact that this is twice that it's happened, you know what I'm saying? Other than the fact that my mailbox is pretty sturdy. So if it was a car that did it, that car would have probably had took the whole mailbox down. One and two, there's no kid that's gonna. You saw the mail door. It's not gonna just no
Yeah,
kid's
it's
gonna
just the
just
front door.
yeah, no kid's gonna be able to just break that shit. It's sturdy as hell, right? So he starts rumbling on. He said, "Well, kids play a lot." I was like, "Listen," I said, "Listen, sir, my kids aren't hooligans. You know, it's like my kids aren't hooligans."
Wow.
My kids aren't hooligans, okay? I said, let's cut to it. Your mail carrier broke my mailbox. It's the second time it happened. The first time I didn't have a problem. I repaired it myself. But this is ridiculous. It's broken. And the fact that you try to put it on my kids is unacceptable. I said, and then I went so far to say, and I tell you, I'll do you one better. I don't believe that you're a manager.
You did not say that to him. Oh, dude, every box you get from now on is just gonna be destroyed.
I wish they would. I take all their asses to task, dog. I wish they would.
Oh,
Hey, I'm not scared of confrontation, sir.
that chick's gonna start using it as a step stool, a booster seat.
Oh my god. Oh my. Hey,
You're gonna, dude. Every package you get is gonna be like that scene from The Cable Guy.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. But hey, I'll just make claims, man. Because you know what? They've got to learn. Someone's got to teach these motherfuckers. They got to learn. But on the side note, that mail carrier is pretty. She's pretty hot, dude. She's pretty hot.
The one bumping Gucci man.
Yeah.
Well, have one of your sons go out there and sweet talk her for you.
They wouldn't know what to do with it. They wouldn't know what to do with it. But yeah, so then eventually he went and got, after me and him exchanged a few words. He went and got the actual post, what do they call him, postmaster, which in itself is an offensive term. It has master in it.
Oh,
Oh man. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's why That's why it's been so delayed, sir.
that's the reason we're recording an hour and a half late now.
Yeah.
Your adventure in post office.
Yeah, my post office adventure, dude. That shit doesn't make any fucking sense.
Dude, it sounds like you're almost notorious with these guys because you're saying you've gone through 2 or 3 people. It's like they have your picture
It's
hanging in the
possible.
truck saying "mess with this guy's packages."
It's possible because I'm pretty sure I'm the only nerd in my neighborhood, and I get boxes like, well, I used to get boxes like crazy, like all the fucking time. Not so much now. It's slower now, but so and when it first happened, I did think it was on purpose. I was like, these motherfuckers broke my mailbox on purpose. And then they would pull the shit where they would put the pink slip. 'Cause that shit happens a lot too. They put the pink slip in the mailbox, even though all they got to do is drop the fucking box off, man. So I came to terms with all of that, but dude, when they broke it, when they physically broke it, meaning I had to come out of pocket to replace it, nah, that's too much, man.
So, what's the verdict?
So I had to email her the pictures, and she's gonna come out here with her, I guess her, what's some guys called MCI? What's that the TV show CSI? She's gonna come out here with her postal CSI team, and they're gonna collect evidence.
No wonder the price of shipping keeps going up.
Oh man, so I don't know. Here's what I think is going to happen. Because then she says once she's collected the information, she's going to forward it on to their service department or customer dispute, or whatever that shit's called, and we'll see where it goes from there. When she says we'll see where it goes from there, that pretty much tells me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That,
So,
or they're gonna give you like the most generic, like the white mailbox with the red flag. You know what I'm talking about? Like the cheapest replacement that they can give you.
yeah. I mean, ideally, what it should be is that I go and purchase a mailbox and bring the receipt back, and they reimburse me. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you'd go out and get like a Master P mailbox that's covered in like 24 karat gold just to stick it to them. Like, here you go. Pay for my $10,000 mailbox.
I mean, yeah, yeah, they deserve that shit though. But no, I mean, I think that would be the ideal thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if anything else other than that would be like, oh, they cut me a check for a mailbox or whatever. I don't know how else that would work, but I know one thing: the postal service seems to suck now. So I can see him just not doing anything. So I remember when I sold this guy a 32-inch TV and I shipped it to him.
You
And
sold him a 32-inch TV and you shipped it to him.
yeah, so I shipped it to the dude, and boy, I paid for the packaging, I paid for the delicate shipping and all of this crap, and it still got there, and the back of it was cracked or something. It didn't fuck the TV up, but it was cracked in the back. So the guy wanted a refund. I was like, fuck that, because
Yeah.
because I had the shit posted. I had it posted for like local pickup. But the guy was like, oh man, nah man, you can ship it to me, it's no problem, cool. So I did that, and the shit arrived and it was cracked in the back, and he caught attitude. So we ended up having to file a case or whatever, and the post service took forever to fucking come through on that. So I can only imagine.
What's
But
the worst package you've ever got, like condition wise?
well, you know what? I would say and I don't know if it's would count, but it was an import. I ordered something, I bought it off of eBay, a Figma. but it turned out to be a KO, right? This is like how I learned the hard lesson about buying Figma on eBay. But the guy sent me the
Figma KOs, huh?
yeah. Oh man, they're terrible. So the guy sent me two packages. It was two figures. He packaged them separately. One of them was in a brown envelope. It's like a cardboard envelope, but it's not like sturdy card stock.
Yeah.
And it's an envelope. You know how like those old school envelopes where those legal envelopes where they got the string and you take the string from
The
one
pull
side.
tabs on them.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no. The string. It's like a little wind, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you take that side and you wrap the wine around the wine on the actual other side of the envelope. It
Oh,
was
wow.
That's how he packaged it. He took he took the figure, which was not even in a box. It was in a plastic tray. Shoved it inside this envelope, not an envelope for boxes, but a big ass envelope. And then he wound the string, didn't put any tape on it or anything, and he shipped that from fucking China to the United States. God, that shit was
Wow.
so fucked up, dude. I mean, man, it looked like somebody it looked like the Postal Service stuck it up their ass and carried it on a boat, then a plane, then another plane, then a mail truck, and then got to my house and then shit it out. You know what I'm saying? It was terrible, man. What about you?
I've actually had a couple. One of them, actually, shout out to Oscar. Oscar sent me a Star Saber.
Are you gonna shout him out and then shit on him for fucking up the package?
Oh no, it wasn't him. It completely wasn't him. It was the postal carrier. But that thing showed up, man, and it literally looked like someone stepped on the corner of the box, like used it like a step stool.
That's
And
that shit.
and I mean, this was well over a year ago. Like I really didn't know Oscar all that well,
Uh,
and I sent him a picture of the box, and like you could just hear I could just hear the panic over the text messages. He was just like, "Is that the Star Saber?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh," like, and then like he told me like he had already like used the money for something else, right? You know,
Yeah.
he sold that to buy something else, and he told me later he's like, "Man, I was panicking. I was gonna have to give you the money back," and like I mean that box was smashed, and like I didn't even I was nervous to open it. I'm just like I don't even want to open it.
you said you didn't want to look
I
inside of
didn't
it.
no, so like I left it there, and because like I got home and it was sitting there, and like by the time I got home, like it was coming home from work, so it's like dad mode kicked in, husband mode kicked in, like we ate dinner, and he's like, "Have you opened it?" I'm like, "No." It's like, why?
He's like sweating bullets and shit,
Yeah.
right?
So and it's one of those things like I didn't think where he was coming from. Like in my head, I was like, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. And like he told me because I met up with Oscar back in October. When I was in Florida, we went out to dinner or whatever, and he was telling me like his side of the story. He's sitting there, man, I was sweating. I was like trying to figure out like what I had to do to make things right.
Uh,
But no, I opened it, and he had packaged it so well, like nothing was wrong. Like the box was just caved in.
now see, that's a good deal right there. Save that shit.
Yeah, well, and then that piece of crap figure. Well, I shouldn't call it a piece of crap, but the figure that you told me, oh yeah, man, buy it. It's a great figure. It's a great figure. The, this tanker carrier, whatever, provider, whatever.
You know what? You gonna stop hating on
Octane.
Provider, dude. Provider is a fucking awesome figure, dude.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but do you currently own one?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Shut
but
up.
you know what? I only sold it because I had to get some other shit. So I had to get rid of the shit that just because he doesn't really fit in my display. You know what I'm saying? So I just like having him. So
Oh no, he's on the bottom shelf. He's a bottom shelf bitch.
oh, poor Provider, bottom shelf bitch them.
Anyway, the like the guy that I bought it from, like he put it in one of those like the large flat rate ship boxes, but he put it in there like on an angle. So like if you look at it, like it went from one corner to one corner, but the other sides were empty, right? And I don't know if they had stacked something heavy on it, but that box, like the corner came crushed too, and I was just like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was the same thing. Like he had wrapped it in bubble wrap, so like when I opened it, like you could tell like the box tried to compress like where the bubble wrap was, but it kind of held its shape. But that other corner was destroyed.
Man, shout out, big ups to everybody that takes that little bit of energy and time to put some extra packaging and stuffing inside of those boxes. Because the
Absolutely.
postal service just ain't getting it done no more. The standards have dropped so fucking low, boy. Oh, speaking of which, and I guess this will take us into Adventures in Nerding then. fucking, I got in. I got some stuff from Pinkerton. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
he's totally reformed his packaging. Dude. Totally reformed it, dude. He's made.
He was harassed for his poor packaging for so long. Like he finally had to step it up.
Pinkerton has made shipping great again, dude.
Oh, that's funny.
So like so the box gets. I come home and I see the boxes in the house or whatever. And dude, so you know how it's it's a case, right? You know, you get the Hasbro case or whatever, right? But
Oh, like the actual, like the original shipping container case?
yeah, but he
Okay.
took the case and he took the shipping paper and he wrapped it up like a Christmas present. Oh, it was so special. It was so special. And the edges were creased perfectly, dude. It was so awesome. Now I don't
He
know.
probably took it somewhere to get shipped.
Hey, I give him credit nonetheless, sir. Credit
Actually,
nonetheless.
oh
Go ahead.
no, go you finish, and then I want to talk about paying to have your stuff packed.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
so yeah, so it was packaged perfectly, and then I opened. It was so perfect that I thought the box was mint, right? So I opened it up. I was like, wait a minute, man. He's supposed to send me a fucking the Ahsoka too. I was like, how the fuck? But he had opened it up and put the Ahsoka inside of there with the rest of the Marvel Legends, and then he sealed it. But he sealed it so perfect. It was so pristine, sir. So I got to give a big up to Pinkerton. You know what I'm saying? And dispute all the hate he's gotten for his packaging. Although
You know
I
what
have got
though?
some bad packaging from Chris
You know
as
what
well.
though? If the hate has gotten him to step up his game,
Uh,
then it worked.
see, and that's what bullying and hating is all about, sir. You to step up your standards. That's what it's all about, man. And
It's
then
funny.
I picked up my box that they couldn't deliver, which has my figure arts Jedi Samuel Jackson in it, and then some other Figma shit. But what were you getting ready to say? How was your
No, oh, okay. So like before my move, right? Like I started kind of like purging out some of the stuff that I didn't think needed to make the move. If that makes sense. Like certain characters, I was just like, I'm not gonna finish this. I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna sell this. Gonna sell this.
No, I totally get you.
So I want to say it was like 5 or 6 things I sold. A couple of them were like doubles that I'd gotten trades, or like when you see something at a really really good price, and you're like, I already have one, but makes good trade fodder type of thing. So I was selling some of this stuff, and I was in a rush because like literally I was in the process of like packing up the house, packing up my office, like getting all these things arranged. So like I took it to a certain office supply chain
Okay.
that offers to ship package or pack and ship for you.
Uh,
So I paid so they weighed everything out, and like I paid the extra to have them professionally packed and shipped, right? Well, a lot of the guys who bought stuff were guys that I've known for a while. We've done deals in the past, those kinds of things. And one of them hit me up and was like, "Hey, man, so and this certain guy, like he lives in LA. He's probably like I bought stuff from him. He's bought 4 or 5 things from me before in the past, and he's like, I can tell you didn't ship this." And I was like, and like that
what
was
is that? What is that supposed to mean, though? Like,
well, and that was the thing. Like that was the first thing that he popped up, and I was like, "Damn, man! Like I usually pack my stuff really good. What is he trying to say?
like, what the fuck?
All my other packing job sucks?" No, he sent me a picture. They literally took an MP car box, stuffed it inside of one of those cheap like 50-cent like bubbled mailers,
Okay.
and closed it and just sealed it.
Wait. How much you pay for the shipping?
It was like an extra. I don't know. It was like extra $4 or $5 a package to have
that's
them.
some bullshit, dude.
And it was a Tiger Tracks that I sold him, right? So, and authentic, of course. Everyone knows I hate KOs, and like that box has got like that.
KO snob.
I am a KO snob, so he's got that really nice box. And he goes, and he's like, "This is how they sent it to me." Or he goes, "This is how it showed up," and it was literally like that box shoved in a mailer bag.
That's fucked up, dude.
Right?
That's
And then
fucked up.
like he hit me up, and then somebody else hit me up, and I was just like, man, I feel terrible. So like I refunded everybody's shipping. I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like I'm like, if you want to send it back, I'll refund all of it. I
So
completely
he
understand.
actually complimented you when he said that he could tell that you didn't.
Yeah,
She
because it
says,
was
okay.
so cheap. Because normally it's like I'll wrap them in paper, then wrap it in bubble wrap. You know what I mean? Like pack
Yeah.
the sides of the box. And he's just like, he's like, I knew something was wrong. So I go down there to Office Max and I take them the pictures. I'm like, so this is what I paid for?
Taking them to task. Go ahead.
Yeah. So and like I went in there and like they were like, oh well, the general manager's not here. He's in a meeting. They're everybody in Las Vegas is meeting for a corporate meeting, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, so when is he going to be here? And they didn't really want to give me any information about when he was going to be there. And like I get that,
Confrontation.
like, well,
You
putting
go there,
confrontation,
whoop
safety
his
concerns,
ass. Yeah.
so, so I just simply asked. I was like, all right, who's in charge? Let me just talk to who's in charge today. So they came over and I kind of explained the situation to them, and they were just kind of like, well, that doesn't seem like our staff. And I was like, well, here's the receipt, here's the tracking number, here's the tracking number that's printed on that label. Like they match. So obviously you guys did this. And he's just like, well, you'll have to talk to my manager. And I was like, look, here's my business card. Then I handed him my business card. Have your boss call me. And
Nice.
he kind of like looks at my
Gave him the
business.
top hat. Gave him the top hat. Nice.
Well, yeah, and I'm normally not that guy, but like if I feel like I'm getting stonewalled, and he kind of like looked at it and he was like, "Oh." And then he figures out, "Oh, he's in retail and he's higher up the food chain type of a thing." So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, I'm like, he's like, "Let me call him right now." And I was like, "Oh, wow. How amazing things changed." Smucks.
That's fun. So you couldn't get good customer service as just a regular customer.
No, and that's the thing, and I even told him too. So he called me the next day, and I was just like, "Look, man, like I didn't get any customer service until like I pulled rank on him, and
Yeah.
that's not cool."
No, it's not. Yeah.
And then he apologized, yada yada yada. So they refunded the price of the extra, like the premium to have them pack it,
Uh huh.
but they didn't refund the actual shipping cost because technically they're out that price of the shipping cost. I'm like,
See,
whatever.
now what do you think about that? I believe they should fucking
I
reimburse
think
the
they should have
whole
refunded
thing.
all of it, but they refunded the extra that goes to pack because he tried to justify, well, look, we already paid the U.S. Postal Service to get it there,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's a you problem.
Let me ask you this question. Okay, did you get Swarter yet?
No, he's actually delivering today.
Okay, so but he was supposed to be there by Friday. So here's my question to you, and that's a perfect example. So you pay for 2 days shipping because this has happened many a fucking time. You pay for 2 days shipping. The shit clearly doesn't get there in 2 days, right? Rarely ever does it get there in 2 days. These motherfuckers, they used to have a policy where they reimbursed you your shipping if you paid for a certain service and you didn't get it. They used to reimburse that, but I don't think they do that anymore.
Well, did you actually do 2 day or did you do priority?
I did priority 2 day, and it's like
Yeah. Well, it's one of those. I think the priority thing is like they give you an estimated window, and it probably got from Atlanta to somewhere in New Jersey in 2 days. I mean, part of it is because I live so far off the beaten path
hey
right
Tyler,
now.
hey Tyler, whose side are you on? Are you?
I'm not on anybody's side. Like I'm just sharing my experiences because like even when like normally like when like Brandon ships stuff two
That shit
day
gets there
priority.
quick. That shit gets there quick though.
Well, yeah, and like when I was in Vegas, dude, like a lot of it would almost be the next day
Yeah.
sometimes. Like if I ordered it early enough and he got it out early enough, I could almost have it the next day. But like out here, it's like, oh, 2 day, and or even like when I ordered, that pandanus that you need to order. Yeah, I'm bringing it up again, and I like how the intern's giving you hell about it.
Oh, we got to make that announcement, don't we?
Yeah, this is probably a good as time as any.
We've gotten some good feedback, and we've made our first addition to the Toy Detox crew. And that person is does Kodie have an online name?
Codamus Prime G1.
Is it Codamus or Codamus? I've always pronounced it Codamus. That's wrong.
Well, I think it's Codimus, like
Codamus.
like his first name with I don't know. That just shows you how
That's what
terrible,
I've always
terrible
said.
we are.
Yeah, that's what I've always said. Codimus, what are you talking about,
You,
Codimus? What are you talking about?
you know what you just did? You were that boss.
Uh,
Like when someone new gets hired and you call them the wrong name and they just go with it.
hey, Ralph,
'Cause-
how you doing? My name's Ted.
yeah,
Yeah, but Cody's come on with us, and he's going to be handling all of our Instagram, social media presence, and other such things. So yeah, everybody, welcome Codimus to the Toy Detox family.
there you go.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Cody.
good job, Cody. Good job.
I
All
just
right.
like that he's giving you hell already.
Is he? Because I have not been in that. What was he been talking about? I haven't been in there.
Well, no. And it's funny. So he listened to the two last week's episode,
Uh huh.
and he was like kind of like chiming in, and then like he got to the pandanus part, so he started posting his own pictures of
Oh
pandanus.
yeah, I
It's
did
like,
see that. That
it's
fucker.
like Mickey, you need this. Come
Is
on,
that-
Mickey.
Is that not becoming Toy Detox tradition though? You guys. He seems really motivated though. He seems highly motivated. Some
Yeah.
would say extremely motivated.
It's good.
So yeah, you can't beat that, man. So I'm just
Well,
gonna add this to the show notes right now. Welcoming
Yeah.
Cody.
throwing his IG stuff and his YouTube stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna welcome to Chris.
You're terrible.
My name is Cody. Whatever. Follows papers.
Ugh.
Right. So so what? Any adventures in nerding this week? Any nerd adventures for you this week?
No. I mean, I really haven't done anything really this week. Besides,
Did you finally stop sucking that fucking pandemic's teeth?
actually, no. He's sitting right in front of me right now. Actually,
He's your buddy.
he's staring at me like he wants to kick your ass, Mickey.
Probably does.
No. I mean, really haven't done anything too nerdish this week. Got to go in and see the other gender's nerdy behaviors.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I never had any sisters growing up, and I have a daughter, and the whole girl thing's new to me, right? So, like yesterday, we did like a family day. We went into New York City. We hit like the Natural History Museum, which is always cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get to see some giant dinosaurs. And it was funny too because my little one's like, Dad, that guy was a Dinobot, and I'm like, I don't know if it was the exact one, son, but yeah, I gotcha. And so like we did that, like we did the Central Park thing, like we walked through, found the Alice in Wonderland statue, which I didn't even know was a thing, but it was kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
And then my wife and daughter wanted to go to the American Girl doll store.
Oh my god.
So are you familiar with this place?
Yeah, my wife is a collector. My mother-in-law and my stepdaughter. 'Cause my stepdaughter and my mother-in-law they live in New York, as a matter of fact, and they're all about that shit every Christmas. Every Christmas.
Well, I should have known this was going to be a bad experience because it's located just on Fifth Avenue, literally across the street from Saks Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this is kind of an interesting place for a doll store. And my daughter's got a few. And, you go in there and you're just like, wow, this doll is $150.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's good. And that's a good price.
Well, and I was just like, what? So then, like, I'm kind of like thinking to myself, and I was like, I let my wife do a lot of the Christmas shopping. I didn't know
yeah, buddy.
she was spending this kind of money on this
Yeah,
thing.
but consider that you just bought like a $400 fucking action figure.
Well, all right, so that's something else too. So like, I'm standing in there and I'm kind of complaining, right?
Right.
And we got my daughter this like bakery thing for Christmas last year, and then I come to find out that shit was like $500 because I saw it there with the price tag.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because like you hear guys joke around like they lie to their significant others, like, oh yeah, this MP Magnus was only $40.
I got it on sale. You deduct tax, deduct shipping.
Yeah.
Deduct
So, and I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this the same one she's got? And the wife just kind of had a look on her face. I was like, huh. Okay. Well,
I paid for that, huh?
well, yeah. So, and then I started kind of going off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Blah, 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 like, and I'm just
Uh,
going off, right? And like, I don't hide prices from my wife. Like, if she doesn't really ask, but if
uh,
she does, like, I'll tell her. And it's funny, right? So Panna has showed up and she goes, how much was that? I
they
go,
always do that. They always do that.
I just looked at her. I was like, do you really want to know? And she knows what some of the other stuff goes for, and she's looking at that, looking at the size of it, and she's like, no, I don't want to know. I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
okay, all right, cool. And so I'm going off, and I totally got punked. So like I'm going off about these prices of these dolls, this, that, and the other, right?
Uh,
And then my wife's like, and tell me again how many $200 Transformers you have.
she sounds just like my wife. She took you to task, sir. She took
I
you
was
to
like,
task.
never mind. I'm gonna go over here
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go over here and sit down in this little lounge area for the guys. I'm just gonna go sit over here. Let me know when you guys are ready for me to pay.
Exactly. I've learned my lesson, sir. I have
Yeah.
learned my lesson. I had that happen to me quite a few times, and I've learned to just not even bring up that shit. But
Yep.
let me. Oh, wait, is that? I don't want to cut into your nerd adventures.
No, that's it. And then I started watching Voltron, which I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll get to a little bit later.
We'll get to so I want to go into like that whole deal. Like, is it just me? I'm assuming that it's pretty common, but is it just me? Like, for the figures, for the Transformers or whatever we collect, right? We'll buy that shit. We'll pay for that shit. We might kind of complain amongst others, but we'll pay that price for these figures, right? But then when you have to go and like say pay for the dishwasher to get repaired or a water heater or an oil pump on the car or some shit, don't you like kind of like fucking get irritated about the prices you got to pay for that shit, and in most cases less with some of the Transformers on your shelf and shit?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
But
kind
it
of weird.
but it's just one of those things like well, a lot of the things you brought up were like unexpected things, right? So when
Mhm.
something breaks, you're just like, ugh. But like
Yeah,
the other thing is, it's like I guess in your head you justify it because you actually enjoy them
yeah,
and like you get excited about them, and we've said it before. It's like that $100-$200 you spend on that figure, like if it can give you back a couple hours of your childhood, like isn't it worth it?
yeah. I say I don't question it at all. It's definitely worth
No.
it. Even when it comes out the box, look at it for a minute, hit the shelf, and it disappears. But I mean, I find myself like I'm like I'm not really I can be when necessary. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not really a frugal person. But I do see myself like when I have to do something, or when I'm like trying to weigh whether I should buy this now or buy this later for just other any other item. Pick an item. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like I'll weigh the price and I'll be like, oh man, that's $100. I don't really feel like paying that right now. But then like somebody I see a sale in the group thread or something like that. Somebody selling a figure for $150, and I pony that shit up without thinking about it. Like, oh, I'm getting that. That's a fucking deal. I just find it to be really like okay. There's a remote control car I was trying to get. I wanted to get right.
A remote control what?
A remote control car, like a little RC car, right?
Okay.
And I just want it for like background display purposes for my Figma stuff, right? So I've already gone through like two or three of these little cars trying to find the right scale, and so I saw another one, and it's like $50. No, yeah, it's about $50 after shipping and stuff. And I was like, oh man, I don't wanna spend that right now. I'll just wait till next week. And then weeks kept passing, right? But in that meantime, I bought like a number of things, like like
All
with,
about perceived
yeah.
value, man.
So I think that's kind of crazy, man. I think that's kind of crazy, dude. But I don't know. My dog's in my face now. She's being a pet whore. Being a pet whore. So what do you want to get into, man?
You want to talk about Voltron?
No, I just want to save it just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Well, I do want to. Well, I guess let's talk about. You want to talk about some of these Transformer announcements, these MP announcements?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Did you see that the deal with they're doing Cheetor, MP Cheetor? Dog, go away! You can't make me pet you. I don't have to. Go. like,
Yeah, I mean, we heard that rumor a while ago, right?
yeah,
And everyone kind of like brushed it off because they saw the like the Rhinox and Rat Trap, like the Waspinator, like the Takara ones getting redone or whatever. So people are like, oh, they're just redoing that same Cheetor thing, and then somebody hit the translate and got it, and yeah, I mean it was the Masterpiece Cheetor, and then I saw those images last night. I think somebody threw them up like 10:30, 11 o'clock last
yeah,
night,
yeah.
and like I hate to say it, man. Like it looks good.
It looks so fucking silly to me. Wait, are you a Beast Wars fan?
No, not at all.
Okay,
And like,
so
and I'm not gonna buy it, and I'm not gonna buy the Primal. But like, when you look at it,
hmm
it looks just like the cartoon. Like it looks good in that aesthetic.
let me go back to that picture and take a look. Cause the picture I saw, it looked kind of goofy to me. But then they all look kind of
Well,
goofy to me.
Cheetor does look kind of goofy.
Yeah, it looks like really fucking goofy, dude. I'm looking at the face of it, and I'm like, ah.
You better be careful, man. Beast Wars Barry's gonna come for
Oh
your
yeah,
ass.
me and him already got into this discussion. Now, okay, so the robot mode, I think the robot mode is not as bad, right? But
Hmm.
like looking at the head sculpt and everything like that, which is still Beast Wars, so But look at the face of the cheetah. It just
Well, it
looks
is
like,
Beast Wars, man.
yeah, it just
Come on.
looks dumb as shit. It's like- Man, I just and when I look at it, all I can picture is him saying, "Come on, big bot, come on, big bot." I
Oh,
hate
how
Beast
how how
Wars.
good would it be if it had a sound chip?
I know, right? And then you said, "Hey, big bot, you want to transform me, big bot?" I hate that thing, man. So is this
You'd be
where?
all over it, dude.
Oh no, my god! So is this where fucking MPs is going now? Is this what Takara is like? Is Tack like? Well, fuck it, we'll do these because these third party guys ain't gonna jump on this shit and take money out of our pockets. Is that what we're seeing here, or because they haven't run out of like fucking the original Transformer cast? So it's not like they
No,
need to
I just think
stop
they're
there.
trying to play it up on the anniversary
I wish they would stop.
of Beast Wars. But there's something else that's got a pretty big anniversary this year
What was
that we
that?
really haven't seen anything from for Takara. Just saying.
What is that?
30-year anniversary of the movie, man.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna. Well, but see, the only thing they could do for that they haven't already. Well, they have a few options, I guess, but they put out most of that except for the Galvatron. What do you think?
Scourge, Cyclonus.
Yeah, and that was didn't they tease that a while back
Can we
though?
get a MPRC? How about a
Oh,
Springer?
I would love an NPRC, and don't get me, sir. Don't you get me wet with the MP Springer. Don't you do it. That's what, man. I would love to see that come about. But I don't know. They're too busy fucking making little monkeys and cats and shit. He's got real whiskers, dude. Like, why put the whiskers on there? Take that shit off,
This
man.
is MP, man. Come on.
God, that shit looks stupid, man. And I'm looking at it, and it doesn't even look like. And to be fair, I am not a Beast Wars. I am not a Beast. Nor am I, not am I only. Not only am I not a Beast Wars fan. I'm a Beast Wars hater. I despise Beast Wars. Like looking at this shit right now, I want to go down to the office of Takara and just take the designer and take his legs and stuff him in his pocket. You know, like what were you
Wow.
thinking, dude? I don't like Beast Wars, but it looks like it doesn't look like it's a masterpiece toy because I think masterpiece. I don't think animals. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a
Well,
fucking regular generation toy thing or some shit. I don't know.
well, I mean, it looks better than any cheater we've had before.
We've
You know,
not had anything better than Cheetah
well,
like
I'm
you.
just saying. I'm saying we as a fandom. I'm speaking
I'm
collectively
not a
here.
part of that fandom, sir. That's not my
I
president.
do.
That's not my president.
Oh, stop, man. So like, I'm looking at this thing, and it like I'm looking at a side by side
Uh huh.
between that and Cheetor right now, and it looks pretty spot on.
It does.
Like,
It does. I have to be fair.
so I mean, I think that way it nails the aesthetic of it. I mean, I think this kind of falls into the same conversation we had with Primal. Like, how many different ways can this thing actually transform? Like, you can see how it's going to transform.
Yeah. Yeah.
That chest is going to open up, head's going to tuck in, the head comes out, shoulders close over the arms. You know what I mean?
And that was always another problem for me for the Beast Wars things too, because you look at it and you already know this. Okay, this is how it transforms because the legs are going to be legs, the arms are going to be arms. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
not much to that. Ugh.
You see that big chunk of parts forming there?
On his back, yeah, the little tail piece there.
Yeah, it turns into a
Yeah,
bone.
yeah, that's stupid. So
So that's
stupid,
the toy had that, right? But the figure's actually holding like the cartoon gun, is what it looks like.
sir. I could not tell you what the toy had or did not have, sir, because all of
See,
this shit is garbage to me.
my I used to get them for my youngest brother. I used to
hmm
buy like he was into this, so like that was the easy birthday, Christmas, whatever. And he had a Cheetor. And then and that was the thing. Like, I even remember like fiddling with them back in the day, and I was like, man, this thing's terrible. I can't believe I just spent this on this.
I could have been a Beast Wars fan, dude. I remember when that show first came on, and I was just downrange somewhere, and I was, then you're hungry for anything that comes on. As you can see from the states, and I was watching it in the first episode or whatever episode I watched. It was all right, and I watched it again. I was like, I'm getting into this, and then at some point, reality struck, and I was like, this shit is straight garbage. But had the path been different, sir, I might have been all in for some shit like this.
Yeah, well, I think for a lot of kids though, like this is their entry point into Transformers. You know what I mean? And
Sad, sad, poor state for them.
well, it's what they got. And it's funny because like I look at it now and like these kids that probably grew up on this stuff, they're probably getting into their mid 20s, right? 24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're starting to hit that mark where they have some disposable income.
I see it. Business wise, I see it. This is a very smart thing to do business wise. I just.
It'll. I know we'll never see it, but like I would be interested to see like the units sold on this and the Primal,
I would love to see that. You
and
are
then
right.
compare it to.
Other MPs and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, and I guess that's just the my work side coming out. Like, I would like to know like what is the best selling MP.
If you had to
Like,
take a guess, what you think?
like
What would you think?
what have they sold the most? I would say it's got to be MP10. They've probably sold more MP10s than just about anything.
Okay, so let's say second best because MP10 is too easy. Wait, are we talking? Are we talking TAC? Are we talking Hasbro? Or are we talking collectively?
Well, I'm sure they're kept separately. I'm just saying Takara.
Okay.
I would say MP10 is probably number one,
Hmm.
and I would say number two would probably either be Soundwave or Starscream.
I think I'd have to agree with that because Soundwave did pretty well. Starscream is very popular though. But I think I would. Well, but shit, when we say Starscream, how many different versions of Starscream have they done?
No, I'm just talking.
Takara
No, no,
wise.
no, no. I'm just talking MP11 mold
Okay. Okay.
Starscream. Because those early Starscreams, like the what was it MP3, like the green one,
Hmm.
and then like the Ghost. Like I don't think I don't think they would have sold as many as what the MP11 did. Probably just because they didn't produce as many units back
Yeah.
then as they are now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd agree with you on that one. So we saying that it's MP10 and then MP3. Well, what about the first Optimus Prime? Was it M2 MP01?
Yeah, but see, I think part of it is units made too. Like I don't think they made as many MP1s as they have as MP10s. Because really, MP1 from Takara, we got it. What they did 2 runs of the single, and then they
Hmm.
brought him back again with the trailer.
Hmm.
But
The repaint of it for the Nemesis Prime.
well, they did the Magnus too.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, I would
But
say that
but
definitely.
but no, I still think they probably produced more MP10s than the other ones. Just I mean, the Masterpiece line wasn't that big back then,
Yeah, that's true.
so
I totally agree with you there, man. So I have nothing for that because I totally agree with you with that.
write that down.
Hey, check that out. The day that Mickey agreed with Tyler. Hey, so okay, so consider this, and this is like kind of off on another tangent, but okay, so you brought the point that there's a group, age group that this is their introduction to Transformers. So for them, this is their MP look back or whatever. I don't know. This is their nostalgia right here, right? This Beast
Yeah.
Wars trash. Okay, so look how I quaintly say it. Beast Wars trash. So what about the kids that are being introduced to Transformers through the Bayverse? What the fuck is that gonna look like when when they're getting MP Bayverse bugs?
Ugh, that's the stuff
Can you
nightmares are made of.
imagine? Can you imagine?
Well, I mean, we already got the what they do, the Starscream and the Bumblebee, right?
Did the MP Bumblebee?
Yeah, it was like the Camaro. They just like repainted it, right?
I didn't know they did the MP
Hang on, let me find that shit. Yeah, and then they did the Starscream. I don't even think they were original molds. I just think they like repainted them and gave them. Let me see if I can find it.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a look at the rest of these MP announcement, these toy announcements here. And then you got the okay. So I know. I think we're pretty sure we talked about the Inferno.
No,
Oh, we didn't. Oh
Well, I
yeah,
think
let's talk about that.
I think we did a little bit, but now like since those pictures have surfaced from the
Yeah,
Tokyo Toy Show,
I think the MP Inferno might be the one to bring me back to tack, man.
dude, man, he looks good.
He looks really good, and I will have to say he captures that cartoon, boy.
Oh, perfect.
He captures that cartoon. I gotta give him credit for that. If the build is nice, which should be, it should be, and the transformation is fun, yeah, I'm all in on that one.
Well, that was the thing that kind of got me, like, and we were kind of talking about it in that group chat, but like, the the way the ladder collapses, like, it looks like that whole thing completely folds away
I was gonna ask you that.
and goes into the chest.
I was gonna ask you that because remember when you said it in the group chat, I was like, what is he talking about? And I thought, you know how if you like, there's one picture where you can see the guy taking the picture, and the figure and his reflection is over the actual figure or whatever. So I thought you was talking about or referring to the guy's chest reflection being over the picture, and I was like, why the fuck does he care about that? But yeah, because they got you can kind of see his back here, and you don't see any of the trailer, man. I mean, of the ladder. You think it folds up in there?
Yeah, like, well, and if you look at the one picture I sent you, shout out to Joe. He kind of like highlighted the areas that look like folding points or joints, like within the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that thing's going to end up folding up into some sort of a rectangle or like a cube, and it's actually going to fit inside of the chest. Because if you look at the one picture I sent you, like that ladder, if you follow the ladder, like
Wait. When did you send this picture? Where did you send this picture?
was in the group chat with Bobby and Adam.
I'll never find that, sir. I'll never find that.
Well, it's better than what the other ones were to try to find
All
stuff.
right, let me go take a look at here. I'm listening though.
Anyway, so like if you look at that one, it looks like there is a you can see the ladder inside of it. Inside of the chest, you can kind of see the white outline of it.
Can't you? Isn't there a way just like to pull up the pictures inside of that group chat? Or are you saying?
No, I just sent you the Masterpiece Starscream from the movie line.
All right, I'm gonna download this. I can put this in the little show notes deal here. File save as.
This is thrilling podcasting
This
right
is,
now.
sir. This is. And I'm
We can
not
just
editing
edit all this out, or don't.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just leave it there for you guys to be entertained as we click and clack. Why
And
can't
if
I fucking save this thing?
and if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll be able to see what we're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go.
All right, I just sent you the Bumblebee one too.
Hey, I fucking hate Skype with their saving method, their picture methods here. It's stupid. It's stupid, man. It
I
makes no
let's
sense.
tell you, I've never tried.
It makes no sense the way it works here. Like, and then you try to save the image. Look at this shit. I'm clicking it. It's not cooperating. You got to go up to file or whatever, right? So it opens up in preview, and now there's what the hell do you do? Look at this. Okay.
So if you know how to save pictures off of Skype, hit Mickey up.
So it just duplicated it. Like, what the fuck? It's just I got two of them that I can't save. What the hell is that about? Oh my god. So we'll get to that part of saving later. Do I gotta export it? Maybe I did it before. This is just. Oh yeah, you have to.
Where's our
export
intern?
It. Yeah, where's that? Where's it? Chad, where you at? Oh yeah, okay. I remember this. I remember this figure. Okay, yeah, right. All right. That was the one. It was like a big ass that oversized Bumblebee in the States, right?
Yeah, I think that was was it the Ultimate Bumblebee?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
So the Ultimate Bumblebee was their masterpiece Bumblebee, huh?
Yeah, I think they went through and added some paint, did some other things to it, but I think in the end it's the same. I think they added some lights to it too.
What a fucking jib.
I think the US one had the little stupid missile gimmick.
Yeah, I found it at I was in some state, and I found it at one of those little secondhand places or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had it, and she sold it for like $10. She sold it to me for $10. I thought it was so cool at the time.
Oh, I thought I got it. We found them at like this way out of the way Walmart in Vegas. We found them for like I think they were either $20 or $30. They were either $129.99. And we were like, awesome, man. We did a hunt. There's a couple of us. We each bought one. We got it home. Like, I opened mine up, and like I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, I don't know about this. Like, you have to snap the little wings on his back and stuff, and I'm just like, and then when he starts talking and playing, I'm like, oh, well, my son's gonna love this.
Yeah. Recycle gift.
Yep. So I gave it to him.
But so I still can't
he
find
loved it, man. And
Did
like, oh yeah, you'd put it in car mode, and it'd rev the engine and smash the nose into stuff and make a crash noise. He thought it was amazing.
See, that's why I love kids, man. They play with toys, dude. I love that. Movie star screen sucks.
All right, so back to your original question. Like, I don't know if we'll ever see movie MP besides these two that they did, and like those really weren't even new molds. Like, it was just that leader class Starscream that they just repainted and repackaged and called it an MP.
If someone put a pistol to your head and made you choose one of those movie bay bugs to turn into a MP figure, which one would you choose? You gotta choose. You gotta choose.
We talking any of the 4 movies?
Any of the 4 movies. This is serious, sir. They just moved the gun from your head to your balls. You gotta make a decision now. It's go time.
I'll shoot off the left one first. Make your decision. Oh man, that is tough. I would say
I got an answer.
I would say Stinger. I think from
Stinger?
the 4th movie.
Wasn't he a Bugatti or something?
I don't think it was a Bugatti. I think it was more of a. I don't even know if it even came out. I thought it was more of a concept car. The one that was supposed to be based on Bumblebee.
Yeah, the red
a
guy.
proper figure really never came out for it anyway.
So now why did
Or
you
maybe
choose that
it
guy?
did. I don't collect Bavers, so.
Right. No.
What was that?
Now why did you choose him?
I just think it's a cool looking car,
Yeah.
and they could probably do something cool like with the paint. What is your answer here?
Oh, easily locked down. And
that's a good one too.
Yeah, easily locked down because I remember when I went and saw that movie, and you saw the toys in the stores before the movie, and they were garbage. And then I saw the movie, and it was garbage, but I really liked Lockdown. I thought he was so fucking cool, and I was like, man, I want a figure. And I went to the store, and they had nothing. He was trash.
Well, I was gonna say that Lockdown, that one was a hard one to get for a while.
But I mean, did they ever make anything good in the version of Lockdown as far as toys go? Because everything I saw for him was garbage.
No, I just think it was that deluxe version. But like,
Yeah.
I remember people were looking for it, and I found a couple of them, and like I picked them up for people, and I'm like, hey, I know somebody in the cafe was looking for this thing, and then like get like 10 p.m. So I'm like, what the hell?
Really?
Yeah, people were looking for that thing. I remember people posting links on eBay threads. People were getting like $50-$60 for it.
See, man, that's...
And here I am selling it for $15 plus shipping.
Trying to change the price. By the way, my MP Laser Wave is now on sale for $10 because it's be the only price you can move.
Done. I'll buy it for $10.
But is that shipped? Hey, dude, is that shipped?
I'll give you extra shipping.
Man, that shit is not fucking nobody. I'm not even gonna talk about that thing.
I think it's because everybody bought one. Seriously,
That's what I think. I think everybody who wanted one got it. You know, because the MP game is not hard to follow now. You know what I'm saying? So, because even what is the MP? What is that the first Conehead they did? Was it Ramjet?
Ramjet, yeah.
Yeah, he's still available. And typically when the tax stuff comes out, or it used to be at any point, anyways, that tax shit drops and then it's gone.
Yeah, at least that Takara Tomy Mall exclusive crap. You know what I mean? But
did that Thundercracker ever come back out?
No, I mean they put out the 3 main seekers from TAC.
No, I'm saying but I'm saying okay. Remember when the new version of the MP Thundercracker TAC came out? What was it, like last year or something like that?
Yeah, looking at it right now.
Yeah, and so like I know it sold out like quickly from what I remember. Did they ever re-release it?
No, it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah,
that's why people are getting like $500-$600 for Skywarp now.
But see, they do that with this. They do that with the Seekers. I noticed that with those Core Seekers, those Core 3. it seems to be an effort to keep those limited, which I do not disagree with.
Well, I think anything Takara Tomy Mall exclusive, but well, I guess it's like I said, like you can still get Ramjet. I guess for a lot of people, they don't like Ramjet.
Yeah, he's
You know what I
always
mean?
the weaker one.
Like it's funny too because like the more I talk to guys, and I've met a couple guys out here, like the term they were using out here is like, oh, he's a non-essential character. I'm like, what the hell is non-essential character mean?
Doesn't that make you feel bad for him, dude? Like, poor
Well,
little Ramjet.
I'm just like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, well, he's not a main character. I'm like,
He is a main character.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He's a Conehead. The Coneheads were in like everything from season 2 on. Nah. What do you mean, nah? Get out of here.
Dude, like, but seriously, I ain't never seen nobody in the hood say like Ramjet, dude. Like, have you ever heard anyone saying that Ramjet is their favorite Seeker or Conehead? However people choose to qualify him.
I've heard like, well, if you narrow it down to say who's your favorite Conehead, yeah, I've heard it. But no, if
Really?
you hear Seeker, no, it's always Starscream.
Starscream,
Yeah.
or Skywarp. How many have you heard many on Thundercracker?
No, it's usually Skywarp or Starscream.
So why is it that Thundercracker and fucking Ramjet are the fucking black sheep?
I don't know, and it's a white Transformer.
Yeah.
Go
What does that
figure.
say? What does that say? What does that say?
Just the white guy's just not as cool.
Just throwing it out there, huh? White man's burden, huh? Have you ever seen that movie, dude?
No.
Oh man, you gotta watch that movie with John Travolta.
Uh-uh.
Oh man, you gotta watch that fucking movie. It's fucking funny. So like so it's completely switched, right? So the Caucasian experience is now the black experience, or African American experience, and the
Okay.
African American experience is now the Caucasian experience. John Travolta gets he gets laid off or some shit. And he gets totally fucking played out. He goes back to his house. He's living in the hood and shit, the white hood. So he goes into his house and his kid's playing, and I think if I remember the scene correctly, he got his kid a toy, right? But the toy he got, it was like a white character, right? And so he brought it to his son, and so I was like, I don't want that shit. I want this toy. It's super cool, and it's a superhero, but it's a black hero.
Really? I want to go watch this now.
You gotta watch it, dude. It's so fucking funny, and it's not like a movie. It's not like tongue in cheek funny. It's just it's really ironic funny. You know what I'm saying? So it's really funny. But getting back to fucking Ramjet, yeah, nobody loves that guy. Nobody. Loves
So,
him.
staying on the topic of Coneheads, Thrust, man. Or not. Yeah, Thrust, right? Dirge is the blue one. Yeah,
Yeah,
Thrust.
Thrust. We're talking Thrust. Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Brain fart. Yeah, speaking of that, last week's episode where I couldn't remember Shadow Troopers. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for those glorious amounts of PMs because I could not remember Shadow Troopers.
That's
Thank
what I want to
you.
hear. So I want to hear about that. How many
Ugh.
PMs did you get? Did they take you to the ringer, man?
Dude, like, are you dumb? How do you not remember Shadow Troopers? I could not remember for the life of me. If you play the game, you should know. Okay.
Oh my God! You
Got it.
gotta love.
I haven't heard from Adam or Bobby, so I'm assuming neither one of them even listened to our show.
Are they
so,
alive still? I haven't seen them in the group chat at all either, dude. I think they're out doing.
well, we created another one and we just didn't invite you.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes
Shut
sense. Makes perfect sense now. I hope they're both.
But no,
safe
man,
in their respective,
MP
places.
Thrust, dude.
Well, so what? Okay, what do you think? Because I looked at when I first looked at them, I was like repaint, retool. So for me, automatically, I was like no. But then as I see more pictures of him, I was like, you know what? You know what did it for me when Bobby posted that picture that I said I would not acknowledge the picture, the cartoon picture of him or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you know what? Shit, I got to be fair and say it does look like the cartoon.
It does look like the cartoon, and it's funny, man. Like, so I went and I looked at it, and when they showed the back angle, like, it looks like they kind of fixed some of the issues that Ramjet had.
Did
like-
they? Because it does look better than Ramjet.
Yeah, because like the thing with Ramjet, like with the fake head and everything, like the back doesn't fold up and doesn't tab in completely. Like there's a lot of loose pieces kind of laying on the backside of him, and that's kind of what causes that that cone. Like I'm sure you've seen the pictures where the tip of the black cone is hanging down through his legs.
Yeah, I've seen the tip.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen the
see,
tip.
see the tip. So, but it looks like they fixed that. But it looks like the wings kind of fit on about the same way as the MP Ramjet ones do. But yeah, man, like I think it looks pretty good. It's just, I know that it's probably going to be another Takara Tomy Mall exclusive, so it's going to be another $200 Seeker.
See, that's the part that irritates me because one, I really wanted to go in on the what was it, the Make Toys ones. I really wanted to go in on the Make Toys ones.
Egg Toy World.
To whoever the fuck is one of those third party companies. I really wanted to go in on those, but I must say that daggone thrust looks pretty good.
Yeah, well, and I mean, and I'm coming to the point now, and I hate to say it, but
Mm-hmm.
it just seems, and this is going to sound really petty,
Let's say it. Let's hear it.
but especially now, it seems like the Takara stuff is holding its value much better than the third party stuff is. So, like, if you ever want to get out, I think you have a better chance of recouping some of your money with the Takara stuff versus the third.
Unless it's fucking laser wave.
Well, yeah, but he could end up being one of those fit. Like, look what a Takara Soundwave goes for now.
Yeah, but Soundwave.
$250, $300.
But that wasn't even from the beginning. Soundwave sold out immediately, dude. He was gone immediately, and those prices went up immediately.
No, they've gone up more recently, dude. Like even Mike, when Mike was selling one, like the prices because I was talking about like changing my Hasbro one out for the Takara one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he quoted me a price. I was like, "Damn, man, that's high." And he's like, "That's the homie price." And then like he started linking me to like all these eBay auctions, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm sorry."
Oh no, what I'm just saying is that Soundwave from the beginning, the Hasbro and the Takara, those were destined to go up because from the beginning they were like, to me that was the closest thing you had seen since MP10 of something like that where it just came out and it was just fucking vanished and you couldn't get it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And the prices started shooting. So I can imagine that it climbed. And but now I'm not disputing that the Takara shit is holding value better than the third party shit right now because third party's putting out so much and it's so easy to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and just before we get off the Soundwave thing, I mean, he really is your only option. Where with
Yeah.
Shockwave, you have Quickwave and Cloud9 and everything else. Like, there is really not another masterpiece Soundwave. So, I mean, if you want one, he's the one you got to go to.
Yeah, I always find that surprising too that no one touched that.
Well, Fans Toys had the one, and then they
Yeah,
backed
but
down.
there you go. That underlines the point. Like, what is there like some like fucking neck breaker, some fucking knuckles guy walking around with a fucking chain and a 5-figure ring on that says Takara? You know, like if you catch a third party company doing Soundwave, we're gonna kick your door in and beat the shit out of you or something.
I don't know,
I
man.
wonder, man, because nobody's touching Soundwave, dude, and that's
Well,
crazy.
I think besides MP10, he's
Mhm.
like the closest to perfection.
He is, he is,
So,
he is.
I mean, and you really didn't see anybody trying to do a proper Optimus till Toy World came out and it's like, oh, we're going to do an Optimus.
Yeah, like
Why?
nobody
Why?
had the balls to fuck with that. I mean,
No.
Toy World did their fuck, but it makes sense that Toy World would because Toy World did Orion.
Right. Yeah, but even Orion, like that wasn't meant to be your prime.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. So
So,
even then, they were like kind of tippy toeing around it, right?
yeah, and I just think it's one of those things where it is so good, like why bother? And I get it now, like Toy World's doing theirs, but they're obviously upscaling all of their nonsense.
Yeah.
So, don't know, man.
Aren't
But
you mean calling it nonsense? Aren't you mean, sir?
I have Devi, like I said, I have two of the limbs. I got the other four. Like it's
Mhm.
just I don't know, man. And I guess now's as good as any since it's flowing with the conversation. But Toy World's confirmed that they're doing a Bruticus and a Superion.
So is that real? Because I know we were fucking with you the other day, but is that real?
That was them. Like it's on. Like they posted it from their account onto TFW.
I'm down for the Superion, but nothing's going to replace my Warbitron.
But what if it's well? And I guess my thing is like I love my Warbitron Bruticus,
Hmm.
but he's very detailed and stylized. Like he's not really a G1 Bruticus.
You think Toy World's going to do a G1 Bruticus? None of that shit's looking G1 right now.
I don't know. Well, but what if well, I'm just saying if they came out and it's as big as their Devi
Uh huh.
and it's G1 esque are you in?
Well, first, let me stop lying. Okay, let me just stop lying. Because Bruticus is my favorite combiner, so I'm in no matter what. But for me, it doesn't have to look G1. It just got to be good. Like I don't need myself to be G1. I just need to look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just need to look good. And if it looks good, then that's fine because it'll give me because I display my Bruticus set, my Warbo set in vehicle mode. They're on a convoy. You know what I'm saying? So it would be good to have that huge ass Bruticus. It probably wouldn't fit inside of that shelf though, would it? That Detox. But yeah, I'm in for both.
I'm looking
Definitely in for
for
definitely in
I'm,
for
lo-
huh?
I'm looking for a Studio Oxish picture of Bruticus and Superion.
I just need him to spread them out. I need him to spread them out, dude. Or
Well,
release one of each limb together. Like you know what I'm saying? In pairs like that. I just don't knock them all out like that, man. Don't do it all to me in like 1 or 2 months. That's not fair.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Well, I don't know if it was the translation or what, but they were saying something like, "Oh, they'll be out this year," and I'm like,
Jeez, are you
"Do they mean
serious?
we'll see prototypes this year? Like, are we going to see the prototype at TFCon?"
Well, the way they knocked out that fucking Devastator or Constructor or whatever it's called, I could see believing them.
Two more, dude. We're already in June. You think they could finish two proper combiners in 6 months?
I think that everything we see rolling out, they already had in the works. It's kind of like doing reviews. You do all your reviews on a Saturday, right? And go ahead and edit them, and then you set them up, and then you start like you start showing your teaser pics or whatever the case is. But all that shit's ready to roll. I'm not saying this stuff is already boxed up and ready, but I'm thinking that most of the stuff that we've been seeing from them is already in the process of prototyping and shit like that. If not ready to go to test shot, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I can't find a good
Cause
picture of
think
a
about when they
Studio
teased that.
Aux combiner.
Think about when
What
they
was that?
teased. Think about back when they teased those two combiners originally, right? That was a while back, man. So you have to believe they had already started at least doing concept drawings back then,
Probably.
dude. I think Toy World is trying to change. I think Toy World is trying to take their position back in the game.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm holding tight right now. Like, I got the Devi because Devi's my favorite. Well, he's like one of my favorite combiners.
Hmm.
So, and I wanted to get one for combined mode, one for bot mode, and I think the Toy World ones are spot on for bot mode.
Hmm.
But like my proper combined one is still going to be my Generation Toy one. And I think that's because it
It looks good.
scales better
Yeah,
with the rest of them. But now it's like if they're going to do all of them and they're all going to be that big and that good,
you might as well just go in on all of them, huh?
yeah, but you really want to rebuy all of your combiners again?
I'm not. You know what? I'm not that deep in the game anymore because I got rid of Who did I get rid of? I got rid of the Computron. I got rid of my original Superion, and I skipped out the Uranus or whatever.
Hmm.
Uranus. And so I skipped out on a couple. So really, the only combiners I have right now are the Warbitron set and the MMC Rex and the Generations toy Devastator. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of like I'm not hurting right now because I was hoping that someone would do a new Superior. So I've been waiting for that. And
me too.
yeah, I've been waiting for that, dude. I wonder why it's taking this long for anyone to do it. As a matter of fact,
Any Autobot combiners,
yeah, I
if you
mean,
think about
really,
it.
really, because if we, I mean, as far as the MP scale go, I don't see why it's taking this long, dude. Because what have we gotten anything else? I mean, yeah,
You
uh,
have the TFC's Prometheus,
yeah,
the
that's
Defensor.
which is not worth mentioning.
Well,
Any,
I
yeah,
mean, you can get him now for like 275, $300.
yeah, and that's just so sad, dude. That's so
Well, I
sad.
mean, he looks. I don't want to say good, but I mean, he's passable in combined mode. But those individual bots, man, like they don't do it. They don't have that MP aesthetic to them.
This is going to bring me to another conversation, but I don't want to go into it too quick.
Okay, well, hang on. Before we get off there,
Uh-huh.
if you could have Toy World pick one combiner and do it Studio Ox style, who would you pick?
For me, it would be either Warbitron. Warbitron is defined Bruticus for me, dude. It would be either Bruticus or it would have to be the Minosaur because those are my two favorite combiners.
I want a Studio Ox Predaking.
No, I don't want nobody else to do Predaking.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Not,
Like
not that it would.
Call of the Primitives Predaking?
I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. I'm not saying that.
Oh, it would be
I'm not.
badass.
I'm saying that I assume that it would be so good that I would have to go in on it, and then it would knock my fucking Feral Rex off. And that to me, Feral Rex stands as the one of the few figures in my collection that I'm quite sure I'm not selling anytime soon.
Well, I'm with you there, and I'm looking at two of them. I'm looking at Nero and Feral, and if they got a Studio Ox one that comes out, I think that Feral Rex may turn into bot modes or beast modes real quick.
Man, if Toy World does all of them, I will. I'm not gonna lie. I most likely go in on them because I don't see Generation Toy doing anything else combiner wise
Well,
after
they
the Son of
split.
Concept.
They're that other company that's doing the Minosaur.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So after that Minosaur, I just don't see them. I feel like people are kind of stepping away from the whole combiner game, and I could be wrong. I don't really want them to, but it seems like the triple change is the new thing now.
Well, I think we're just on that kick right now.
You think so?
Yep, I'm ready for a Jazz War.
A Jazz?
Speaking of Jazz, did you see that post I tagged you in?
Which one is? Oh yeah.
The
That's what I
colored
did.
Jazz?
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
He does look good, man. I just hope those tires on his shoulders can fold away.
I just my only issue with that, and I don't have I don't have any real issue with that figure, other than feeling like you're going to be paying MP money for a classics figure in classics engineering. That's my issue
Mm,
because he looks good, but I mean, how much more can you do to? Because he looks like the classics figure in so many different ways. So what are they going to do? The car looks good. The toy looks good. I'm not disputing that the toy looks good, but I don't want to pay MP money for fucking classics figures.
I think, well, before we get there, I think colors really helped this one.
Yeah, it did.
Like, I was kind of like, eh. And then once the actual color one came out, I was like, wow, that actually looks really good.
Hmm.
But to your point, like, I don't know, like, I keep looking at him, and it's one of those things like with Jazz, like his iconic look, like he's got that chest, kind of like the Dotson brother, right, that
Hmm.
folds down, and he's got the door wings that really, like, you can almost, he's probably going to transform just about how the Dotsons do. So do you feel like the Dotsons have classic engineering?
Well, no, only, and I say that only because you mean the MP Dotsons, right?
Yep, MP Dotsons.
Yeah, nah, I don't think so. Only because they were like the first MP cars we got, so they kind of stand away from all that. Even though, I guess to a certain extent, you could say it was close to the classics engineering, but you kind of give them a pass because it was the first MP cars.
Yeah,
If
but I mean, but I mean, if you look at him, like even like the torso, like I'm looking at a picture of him right now, the torso looks a lot like the MP Dotsons, and like I'm good with that. It's like to me that works. Like if he's the same size as a Dotson,
Mhm.
the chest and the torso look very much alike in the way like that the hood folds over, snaps into the torso, kind of becomes like the chest,
Uh-huh.
and gives him that good size shelf chest in the torso. Like I'm good with that. Now the feet look a little bit different, but I think like if you're gonna call this classic engineering, I think you got to start calling Dotson Brother classic engineering because I think they're gonna transform. Like I said before, I think they're gonna the similarity in their transformation is gonna be very much the same, if that makes sense. I think they're going to draw a lot of the transformation aspects off the Dotsons into this Jazz.
I could accept that. If it's like that, I can. I don't want it. I don't want it to transform like that fucking classic Jazz. If it transforms like the MP Dotsons, I can give it a pass. However, if it does transform like the MP Dotsons, right?
Hmm.
If it is about the size of the MP Dotsons, how do you feel about the price point being like $90 to $100?
Well, I figured it'd be 90 to $100. I mean, that's what the third party limbs are at, and I mean, Dotsons were what when they came out, like $70,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. Because I think the Lambos were like 80. I think they were a little bit more. But it's funny, like I'm looking at I got a really good picture of this Jazz now. I'm looking at it. It looks like the top will transform almost the same as a Dotson,
Uh huh.
but it looks like if you're looking at the front of the legs, it almost looks like they have that flap, similar to like what the Lambos do, like on covering the front of the leg.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
that. If
yeah,
you have a
I'm
picture
looking
in
at it.
front of
Yeah,
you, but like
yeah.
it's what it looks like. So I mean, you might get inspiration from both. But I mean, like, it is as long as this thing's like $100,
He looks
I
good,
might
man.
be in. The only thing I want is that I want the tires that are on the tops. I want that to be able to fold away or kind of tuck behind it somehow. That's the only thing that's really bothering me right now with this thing.
I don't know about those folding in unless the base hinge is like on a swivel or something like that or a ball joint.
Yeah.
I don't see that folding away. It would be cool if it did though, but I don't see that happening because this is supposed to be the IDW version anyways, right? Or the Studio Ox or whatever.
Mm, I
I
don't
think it's
know.
IDW.
Let's look it up.
So I know the IDW one has the IDW uh, design has the wheels up there like that.
You
But it
know,
would be
cause
cool if they were smart. They would make it whereas you can like either pull them off or move them because a lot of people have made that same statement, not wanting those wheels there. Which it doesn't really bother me, but
yeah, I'm looking at an IDW picture of Jazz right now, and he's kind of got them like they're not straight up like that. They're more like hanging off of his shoulders.
hmm
But yeah, they're definitely on top. Do you want me to
hmm.
send you this?
Oh yeah, send that to me.
Okay.
Let me
But
see.
yeah, I mean, like, I get it. But again, is this going to be our stand-in?
You know, everything seems to be a stand-in nowadays because so much shit comes out.
Right?
Yeah. What's it, G Creations is doing this, right?
I
Or
just typed
Generation
in,
Toy? Who the fuck are they?
yeah, I just typed in Generation Toy Jazz and it popped up.
Um, I'm trying.
But you're in the party, like, you think this is going to be our last figure from Generation Toys?
Well, no, I don't think it's going to be their last figure. I just think that I think that their Stunnicon set is going to be the last combiner that we see from them, at least for a while. Because I mean, if you really look at it, all the combiners are slowing down. You got TFC doing their thing, and I think if this doesn't work for them, they're done, man. Like no one's fucking with them anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Well, I think,
Piranacon shit.
yeah. Are you in on that?
I want to be, but I'm going to wait for the first figure to come out because I wanted to be in on that other one, which I had no real attachment to. And after I played with the first two limbs, I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with this.
The Lio Kaiser?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not fucking with this, dude. I'm not
They
paying.
were
But go
they
ahead.
were well built.
No, they were well built, especially for them. But it wasn't enough to make me want to go in on it. It wasn't something that I was like, oh man, I gotta have this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was the foot. Like, and I get it. Like, that's how like the original one was. But like,
mm,
I would have preferred some plug-on feet and save the engineering.
yeah, yeah. You're right about that. You're right about that. Yo, fuck them, fuck them. If they don't do good with that fucking Piranacon thing, I think they're done. I mean, not done like out of business. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they got enough resources to stay around and try something else. But yeah, I think as far as like their reputation goes and people having giving them any attention, I think it's a wrap for them.
Hmm.
But as far as the rest of these guys, I think that everybody's trying to move on to something new. Cause a lot of people are burnt out with these fucking combiners and pay for that shit.
Well, I mean, it's a great way to kind of secure your future business model. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're going to sell them 5 figures at $100 a pop,
I totally agree with you. I totally agree. But our motherfuckers gonna go in and buy it from you.
well,
I don't see why, like Generation Toys or whatever the fuck they're called, they shouldn't stop doing combiners because their gravity builder is awesome. That fucking Minosaur looks to be awesome. They should keep on moving, and I would hope they do.
I would like a Superion from them, like
Yeah,
in
me
that
too.
scale.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
What's your requirements for Superion?
What do you mean?
Like for the build of the Superion, like are there any like specifics? Because we already got the using Uranus as like the doormat. You know what I mean? Like the foundation. You know, like okay, I saw what we did there, and we can never again. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like, we talked a lot of smack on that figure now, but I mean, like, back in the day, everybody was like, this thing's amazing.
I thought it
And
was
now
amazing
it's
until
just
I put it
like,
together. Once I put it together, I was like, oh man. And then I had to get. Remember the big fit about you gotta have a upgrade kit because
yep.
you gotta upgrade the upgrade kit.
Yep. No, I mean, like, I guess I would like it to try to stay somewhat true. Like, I would like to have the, Concorded as Silverbolt. I'm okay. Like if they change it up, give me a couple different fighter jets.
Hmm.
Um, different, if they want to do an F-15 or an F-16, like whatever, or that one's even kind of MIG-ish.
Hmm.
But like I'm okay with that. But like I think I don't know. He's one of those combiners. Like he's kind of lanky. Like he's not as bulky as the other ones. Like I guess that's really what I want. Like try to stay true. Like give me five jets that are close to the G1.
Hmm.
Keep him just as tall as the other ones, but I'm okay if he's a little bit slimmer. With the jet transformation, like those kinds of things. But like I would like him to, have his head actually look like the cartoon, not
Yeah.
like the Uranus head.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with that.
Um, but no, like I think that's really it. Like it'd be cool, like if he had a couple different shades of white or some gray or something in there to kind of break it up. But why is there something that's coming to mind with you, or is there something that really sticks out in your head that defines Silverbolt as a character,
Well,
or not necessarily Silverbolt, but Superion?
for me, I need the transformations. I need each individual transformation to have some elaborate engineering because it seems like when we ever do jets, they kind of get the cop out transformations, right? So I want
Mm.
some elaborate transformations. But speaking specifically about Silverbolt, I need for the fucking, and this goes again to the engineering. I need the robot to not be a box under the jet. Like I don't want
Right.
it. I can't. I don't want if they show something. I don't care how good the rest of it is. If that fucking alt mode for Silverbolt is his alt mode is his backpack, right? And he just the rest of him just kind of folds up under him. I will not touch it, dude. I'd be like, nah, I'm out. I'm lying. I still get it, but I wouldn't be happy.
I was gonna say, man, that's obviously what the G1 toy was. Even the cartoon. It's funny, right? So, my son wanted a Superion. Like he really likes Superion, likes the jet. So I got him the Unite Warriors set.
Uh huh.
And just the other night we went back and we rewatched. Was it Key to Vector Sigma? I think is the title. Like where they make Superion and Bruticus, or not
Yeah, yeah,
Bruticus,
I love those.
Menasor.
Yeah, I love those episodes, dude.
Yeah, so now he's like hitting me up. He's like, Dad, man, I think I need a Menasor to go with my Superion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Did he tap you?
yeah, so he's kind of like, I think I want those. And then he's like trying to get the younger son. He's like, he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Dad, I think I need a Defensor." And I'm like, "Do you now?" And he goes, "And a Bruticus." And I'm like, "I think you've been talking to your brother, trying to space it out so they're not tripping over each other, trying to get all these combiners." I'm
Kids
like,
are so
okay.
good. Kids are so good at doing that stuff too, man. They know how to plot it out, bro. I like
Well,
that.
like it's funny because I immediately went back and to that episode when we had Dust on. So shout
Hmm.
out to Dust Mites.
Hey, big up Dust Mites.
When we were talking about going through like the old Sears catalogs,
Hmm.
like circling it and like initialing it, like nope, dibs, I called it. You got to go and pick something else.
Yeah. And so what did he do? Did he like cry? Did you hurt his feelings?
Oh, dude, I'm the oldest of four boys, so
Uh
yeah, I made my younger brothers cry all the time.
huh. Fucking bully, dude.
They were always Luigi.
I used to treat my little brother like shit too, man. I remember he was like really little, and we would go to our friends. Well, I would go to my friend's house. Of course, you got to take your little brother with you, right? And
Yeah.
so we'd be over, and all my friends liked my brother, but I was just upset because he had to be there. And
Yep.
so whenever he was smiling, I'd be like, "What are you smiling for? No one wants you here. What are you happy about?"
Damn, you're cutthroat. Dude. That's way worse than I ever was.
To this day, I hate happy kids, dude.
That actually says a lot about you. I hate it when my kids are happy.
I hate happy kids, dude. Like sometimes the kids would be in the house, they just be like having too much fun, and I come out like, "Why y'all so happy?" Like, go take the trash out.
You're the
Like,
Grinch, man.
hey, no, Bobby's a Grinch. Bobby,
Mickey's heart, it's two sizes too small.
dude, Bobby. Okay, I might be a Grinch, but Bobby and Adam, Bobby specifically does not. I figured this out, Bobby. I figured you out. Bobby doesn't like smiles. Okay, go back to our Dueling Duels show when we talked
Hmm.
about the Civil War movie, right? What was the
Yeah.
scene that everybody laughed about? The fucking guys in the bug doing the whole best buds on a date night with their buddy who got the girl or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everybody laughed about that. Bobby was like, that's bullshit. He's like, bah humbug. And I've noticed like every single movie, wherever there's a joke, he's like, bah humbug. Bobby doesn't want anyone smiling, dude. But yeah, no, I can't stand happy kids, dude. It irritates the fuck out of me. Like I see a little kid from inside of a toy store, and I see a kid, and he's holding the toy. He's all smiling, happy about it. If his parents aren't looking, I knock the shit out of his
You really knock it out of the kid's hand, like in the aisle.
I was fucking in Arizona, dude, and I was on this. I think I told you the story. I don't know if I did or not, but it's back when Transformers Prime was big, dude. The show had just came out, so the toys were like hot, man. It was like hot, and so we were in the store, and I went to Toys R Us, and I hadn't seen them in any store yet. All I saw was Bumblebees and shit, right? So I went in this store, and they had like a good many. They had the Prime, Bumblebee, the RCF, a few figures. So
Okay.
the kid had Bumblebee in his hand. He had some figure in his hand. It was a figure that I wanted. That's what I know. It was a figure that I wanted, right? And he's like,
Okay.
oh yeah, yeah. And he's like, he was throwing a little party for it and shit, right? And his mom was like, she was happy for him and all this stuff, and or whatever. She's talking about getting or not getting. I don't fucking know. But she went over to the other aisle, and I was like, hey, let me see that.
No, you didn't.
And I took it.
No, you didn't. Are you serious?
I took that shit, dude, and I hid it, dude. I hid it. I didn't like hide it where he would never be able to find it. I just kind of put it like somewhere, so like you have to like actually like take a minute and have and practice attention and attention to detail and look around and get it.
You seriously like how
I
old
took
was
that
this
shit.
kid?
He was like, he's a young kid, dude, like mispronouncing words and shit. That shit was awesome.
Like what are we talking here? Like 5, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah, I really had to say about 5 or 6. I would say 6. I would
So
say 6.
so let me get this
It
straight.
was awesome. It was awesome.
This little kid is literally having a happy dance moment in this aisle because, like you, he wanted the toy and he hasn't been able to find it. He finally finds it, and a man comes over
Oh,
and snatches it out of his hand when his mom walked around the corner.
I took it out of his hand. And he went, and what made it so good, so I took it out of his hand, he let me see it, right? Then he went to go grab something. He was like, oh, look at this, right? And so I said, you little fucker. I put it down somewhere. And then, so I left the aisle, and I heard him come back, like, oh, mom, I can't find blah, blah, blah. And he was looking for it, and he was getting all sad and shit.
He wasn't like, Mom, that mean man over
I
there.
know, right? But kids have short attention span, so it came out of his hand. He went straight to the next toy. So,
Dude, that is.
I'm an asshole. But then,
Is,
hold on.
is that the low? Is that your low point in collecting?
No, hold on. So no,
You're not done.
I've gone much lower than this, dude. I've gone much lower than this. So yeah, he couldn't find it. He was looking for it and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, what did I want? And she's like, well, get something else. And he found something else, whatever the case is. But I got the toy. I took it to the front. I got what I wanted. I took it to the front and I paid for it.
Yeah, literally, you stole candy from a baby.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
paid for the toy for him, and because the guy that was working there, I had talked to the guy a couple times. He kind of like knew me because I was doing toy hunts at the toy store, the Toys R Us while I was there. So I said, hey man, there's a little kid in the back that was looking for this toy. Yeah, just give it to him and his mom, and tell him I said have fun or whatever the case is. So I paid
Stop
for the toy.
lying. No, you didn't. You're trying to save face right now because you thought I was gonna react to this completely different than what I am.
Tyler, this is me, sir. I don't try to save face.
You're trying to save face.
I don't justify. I do what
Listeners,
the fuck I do.
not listeners. Let me break the fourth wall here for a sec. Listeners, do not believe Mickey. He pushed that little kid down and took his toy and ran out.
That was the next story. I've actually pushed kids inside the toy.
No, you haven't.
Oh,
all
man.
right, tell it. You got to
Okay,
tell this.
So, I think I was in a Walmart or a Kmart. I want to say it was a Walmart.
Of course, classy
And-
establishments
yeah,
that
right.
they are.
This kid had it coming though. So I'm excited. Yeah, he had it coming, dude. He had it coming. So I was in the toy store. I was inside the Walmart and toy aisle and stuff, and the kids just knocking shit down and knocking this down. His mom's telling him that no, you can't have it, and he's talking back to her and all this shit, right? So and he kept like bumping up against me and kind of like invading my space and stuff, right? And I was looking for something, and it was during the time of the Combiner Wars shit, and I think the only thing I bought from Combiner Wars was that first Superion, so it had to be like some Superion shit I was looking for, right? And so this kid like just kept bumping into me and shit. And I looked at him, you know, and I don't play that shit. Like, I expect kids to be well fucking trained in order. You know what I'm saying? Well disciplined or whatever, right? And
Okay.
the mom is just letting this kid just do whatever. And she's obviously frustrated. I don't know if the dad wasn't around or I don't know what the story was. But
You're
this,
just making judgment now.
yeah, I am. But this kid
Okay.
needed a serious belt across his back. You know what I'm saying? And she obviously didn't have the fucking the balls or the energy to do it. The kid had done wore her out, right? So he comes over and he bumps me one final time, and I looked down at him and I said, hey, you should say excuse me. And he just kind of looked at me like, who are you talking to or whatever, right? I said, okay, you're not gonna say that, all right, fine. So I proceeded to fucking look for the little figure, whatever the case is, and then he reached up for something that I was reaching for, and when he reached up, he kind of like elbowed me a little bit, but his elbow kind of hit my thigh, and I was like, is this little motherfucker? I was like, is he trying me right now? So I just kind of took my other hand and just kind of politely, just kind of shoved it. And so I shoved her, right? And he kind of went into the fucking the aisle and shit, right? And his mom saw the whole shit. She looked at him, and then she looked at me, and she fucking smiled. I was like, there you go.
Wow. This mom's like, thank you for,
Yeah.
picking on my child and shoving him through an aisle at Walmart.
Yeah, Loganville Walmart. It goes down.
Ugh.
But yeah, nah, man. Yeah, that was good times, dude. Good
Dude,
times.
that is terrible.
I am a terrible person, sir.
I think my perspective on you might be changing, sir.
Dude, that's like the minimal shit. I do some shit, sir. I do some shit. But no, man. Well, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about, dude. What were we talking about?
Adventures in nerding, apparently.
Yeah, more.
Well, no,
nerd
it's
bullying.
see, this will shed a little light because I also had a similar type of an experience. So this not this weekend, but the weekend prior, my wife decides that my kids all need new bikes.
Uh-huh.
On top of the bed and on top of the dining room set
Wait,
and on top
what?
of the lawnmower and
what?
the weed eater. I'm just like, all these large purchases that we've had made since moving here.
Okay.
We don't need a lawnmower in Vegas,
I thought
man.
you were saying that they needed new bikes on top of these things, like placed on top of these things. I was like, I'm not.
Oh, no.
understanding.
This is all just stuff that we've been buying. No, so we hit all the normal places, right? So we hit Target, we hit Walmart, we end up at Toys R Us.
Mhm.
And unlike you,
I'm the bad guy. Fuck that. Okay.
so we hit our normal aisles because you had me keep an eye out when there's things looking. A couple other people do too. So it's like always hit the Star Wars aisle, always hit the Marvel Legends aisle, and then hit like where the Transformers are at.
Mhm.
And so we went in there, and it was weird, man. Like it was that was the one that I've sent you some pictures. Like it's like time warp. Like
Oh yeah.
like they had the Year of the Goat Soundwave. They had like 3 of them on the shelf. I'm like, wow, this is like 2 years old. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I like seeing that kind of shit. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, they had them for $80. I mean, they're $100 off, but I already have one, so I don't need to buy another one.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, and I overpaid. But anyway, so like we're standing there, and there's an Onslaught, and he's been a tougher one to find for some people, him and Skylinks, right? So I pick it up, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like my younger son was looking at the Bruticus. So like we're standing there and like we're holding it, and he's looking at it or whatever. And they were missing Swindle. They didn't have Swindle of the deluxes. Otherwise, could have just bought them all for him at once, right? This kid comes around the corner, and he's not as old as my oldest son, but he's obviously older than my youngest son. So he's probably like 7 or 8. And he comes over and he's like, I was going to buy that.
Oh, did he get it? You got to try it again.
And I was like, excuse me? And he's like, I was going to buy that. And I'm like, oh, well, it was sitting here on the shelf behind this one. And he's like, well, is that the only one? So he gets down there and he starts digging through all of them. And it was the only one. And he's like, well, I want to buy it. And then I looked at my son, and he's standing there and he's holding it and he's looking at it. and and there's this kind of like showdown, like wild
Well, like
showdown.
you hear the music in the background,
Yeah, right.
and the little tumbleweed rolls across.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and I'm standing in between these two kids. So imagine, like, I have my back to the aisle,
Uh,
like to the actual like the toys on the aisle, right? So they're kind of like standing on the open ends of the aisle, and then my 11-year-old is kind of like standing there on the other side of me. So we kind of make like a cross, right?
uh,
So it's 3-on-1 already. So this kid doesn't stand a chance.
uh.
And,
If it jump, can you talk about me? Y'all about to jump a kid?
no, we're not gonna jump again. So we're standing there, and like I looked at my youngest son. I'm like, "Do you want it?" I'm like, "You have your hands on it." And then this other kid starts getting upset,
Mm.
right? And then like his dad walks around the corner, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I
Oh
was like,
shit!
"Yeah." So and like being the guy, you immediately look at him. I'm like, "I could take this dude,"
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You size him up. He's much smaller than I am anyway. I'm like, "Yeah, I could take this
Kids, you
dude."
guys get him. I got the dad. Make this
Yeah.
shit happen.
So I'm standing there, and my wife's like, she's kind of like walking towards the front with my daughter, and we're standing there, and this kid's like, "Dad, I wanted to buy this," and he's like, "Well, where was it?" He goes, "Well, it was right here,"
Did
and
he snitch? The kid snitched? Really?
yeah, like his kid was straight up like, "I wanted to buy this,"
Uh huh.
and so he's standing there, and I'm looking at it, and so my older son looks at me, looks at the toy, looks at me, and goes, "Dad, what did you say about Combiner Wars?" I'm like, "That they're garbage?" And he goes, "Exactly." I'm like, "Okay." So my so my youngest son, who's got this thing in his hand, he goes, "You can have it," and kind of like shoved it at him, like, "You can have it."
Nice. Nice.
And and then this is the best part. He goes, "I'll get the better one anyway." And he's like,
Hey, nice
I'm
one.
like, "Oh!" And then like the dad's like, "Maybe you should teach your kids not to be jerks." I'm like, "Maybe you should teach your kid if he wants to buy something, he should keep it in his hand." And we just like walked off like that was the end of it.
Oh wow, confrontation for real. You talking
Yeah.
shit about me? Y'all finna brawl inside of a goddamn toy store.
Well, this is funny that because my son wanted Superion, right? And I told him, I'm like, "I'm not buying the Hasbro one. Like, it's not gonna happen." And then like I got him the Unite Warriors one, and then when he looked at that one and he kind of started comparing that to the Hasbro one, he's like, "Oh, this one looks way better." Like, okay, you're learning. You're learning, young Padawan.
So let me get this straight. Let me put this in terms that everyone can understand. You guys were on the
Yep.
fucking aisle. The little kid came up and tried you like, "Hey, y'all on my motherfucking territory. That's my product." And your son was like, "Fuck that. This is my shit."
Yep.
And then the dad came around, and then your other son was like, "Nah, damn this. Everybody could get it."
Yep.
So then your wife was playing lookout just in case the fucking security came, and y'all was finna give them the business, okay? And
Pretty
then-
much.
And then your son was like, "Man, fuck this. I already got warrants here. You can take this shit.
We gotta go.
I make money every day. You can take this shit." Awesome, man. Your son is now my hero. That's sweet.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
they're funny,
man.
man.
That's fucking beautiful.
Here, you can have this. And it's like the way he like shoved it at him. I was like, "Oh no, here we go."
That's
Oh.
crazy, dude.
Good times.
Hey, your kids are hardcore, man.
No, they just know to stand up for themselves and each other.
Hey, but you know
So-
what? That's good though. That's good because most kids nowadays seem to be in a situation where they don't know how to fucking handle themselves at all. Much less stand up for themselves. They can't even order their own food. I've seen kids like look at their mom and shit. Like when somebody's, "What do you want?" They're looking at their mom and shit, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, man. That's good.
Dude, it's funny you say that because when we were out on this escapade in New York City last
Oh,
night,
I'm
we
sorry. I didn't mean your kids. I meant the other kids. No,
Well, no.
Just playing.
No. I'm saying that like we went to this place called Burger Heaven, and it was all right. I mean, it was overpriced, but you're in Manhattan, so it's what it is, right?
Uh-huh.
But like the waiter comes over and he's like, "So what would you guys want?" Like all my kids straight up, like I want to. My daughter's like, "I want a cheeseburger with onion rings instead of French fries,"
Nice.
and then and he's like, okay." Like he was like surprised, like that was like the first thing out of her mouth.
Yeah,
And it just went around it, like I don't know. I just try to teach him to be independent. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure you got it
wanna
the
be
same
like that.
way. Like
Yeah, you want them to be like that. You want your kids to be able to take care of themselves. Like sometimes, like moms, and I don't know about all moms, but I know sometimes moms, women will be like, they want to give them some independence, but they kind of want them to cling to them a little bit. Like you said, they're moms. That's what moms want. But typically, it falls on the dad to teach a kid to be like, nah, you gotta get out there and put your chest out there, sir.
Yep.
You gotta assert yourself. So yeah, I think that all kids should have that lesson, man.
Welcome to parenting detox.
There you go. As a matter of fact, that's what this little session is called. Parenting detox.
Uh,
Hey, so I did the wait. What do we had? We had to talk about Voltron and what else was it? We had something else, right?
I think that was it, man. We talked about all the MP stuff out of the
Yeah.
last convention.
Oh, Voltron to Saturday morning cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons and cereal. That's
Okay,
right.
Roger that. Okay, so let's start with Voltron and let Voltron lead us into it. Then how about that?
All right. So, how far are you in?
I'm on the. I just finished the third episode this morning. I watched the first two last night. How about you?
Dude, so I started the first one yesterday, like before we went out,
Hmm.
started doing all this nonsense. I was like, let me get up a little early. Let me, and I didn't realize it was an hour. The first episode's an hour. So like, I'm like halfway in, and my wife's like, all right, it's time to go. I'm
Hmm.
like, how can I tell her I need to stay here
To
for
watch a
another
cartoon.
30 minutes as a grown man, as a 35-year-old man? Sorry, honey, we can't leave yet because I'm not done watching cartoons.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting tired of having to justify? I'm getting tired of having to justify my inner child.
No, I mean, like, my wife doesn't say stuff too much. Every once in a while,
Uh,
she'll say something, but no, for the most part.
my
So
wife is
yeah,
like,
so
you're
like
gonna.
I watched like the first 30 minutes
Uh,
yesterday, and I was like, man, this is kind of good because it's like the team wasn't a team, like they didn't have the lions.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was some what ifs, some dramatics about it, and I'm just kind of like, okay, this should be interesting. And then the new guy, the champion,
What's his name? Shinzen or some shit like that.
the champion
Yeah,
hero or something they
yeah.
were
It's
calling.
some shit.
I'm
Shiro.
like,
Some
who is
shit.
this guy?
See,
I'm
now I
like,
thought it was. I thought they were like it was like Sven. You remember Sven, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was Finn, but I thought that well originally I thought it was I expected it to be Finn, but when they said his name and that when I actually started watching, I was wondering like, shit, is that like the original name for Sven, but we changed it when the cartoon got to the U.S. or some shit? I don't fucking know,
maybe.
but I got
I
theories
was
on him
just
now. But go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Yeah, and then like, they kind of played off. Well, and then like the opening scene had nothing to do with Volt. Well, at the time, he didn't think it had anything to do
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, I
And
got
you're
you.
just kind of like, wow, this is weird. This is not starting how I
Would
thought
have
it was going to
thought, right?
start.
Yeah,
And then I guess the other thing is like, I was expecting some sort of rendition of the original Voltron theme song.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Because like whenever you hear that dun 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 dun
yeah,
dun
yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun, you know what I
yeah.
mean? You're like, all right, Voltron. But then it was just like we got nothing out of it. I'm just like, man, that's kind of weird. But I'm kind of glad that they're like spoon feeding it to us
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are. They are.
And it's funny because now I too like I finished the episode 3 this morning,
Hmm.
and it's like there's definitely a lot of nods for the older crowd, like the guys our age. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot of Easter eggs. I'll let you kind of get to that. That was your call that made me kind of sit up and start noticing and taking. I was like, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So I won't spoil that, but at the same time, like I watched it with my youngest son this morning, and he was like enthralled with it. Like he thought it was amazing.
See, that's cool. I like that. Well, are they? Do you think this is for the kids though, or you think it's for us?
I think it's for both.
Think so?
Like, yeah, like I definitely think, but I think it's closer to being for both than a lot of other stuff. Like a lot of other stuff, it's like 85% for the kids, and then they put
Mhm.
a couple sprinkles in there for adults. But like this, and even like the storyline, this is detox, so we can spoil it.
Yeah, got.
So, but like even like the storyline of like the kid's parent or his family's missing, like there was obviously some sort of this guy's lost some sort of his memory. There's a lot of things in there that are kind of more complex than what you think a younger kid can understand.
Handle right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, like there's a lot of kid stuff in there too. Like with the mice and the little villagers that I was just like, all right, shoot me now. Shit looks like Pokemon characters. You
Well,
know what I mean?
because
I'm
they're
just,
kind of pulling. They're kind of like I like how they're balancing between the original series and which happened so long ago and now. Like they're transferring so many things, but they're like explaining it, if that makes any sense, or fleshing it out a little bit more.
yeah,
Like the
like
whole thing when
this.
Laura Bell talked to the mice back in the day. You like, how the fuck you can talk to a mouse?
Yeah, the whole they were in the stasis chamber with me for 10,000 years, so now I
Yeah,
can hear their thoughts. I was like,
which was stupid, but
yeah, I'm like, that's a cheat.
yeah.
And then like when the mice fixed the computer, yeah, because the mice would know what to do.
Yeah, because like in the old cartoon, the mice were always doing shit. I mean, like these motherfuckers were solving mysteries and stuff. So
Yeah. See, but that's kind of the stuff my kid liked though,
yeah,
and and again, it's one of those things like they're finding they have a good balance of the original fan and then trying to capture that new fandom
yeah,
as well too.
yeah. I like the way they're doing it. They're doing a real good job thus far. I mean, it might get stupid later. I don't know. But I mean, because it's kind of gotta, it's a cartoon, so it's kind of gotta be silly, and they get away with it because it is a cartoon. It was like live action, like you'd be like, no fucking way, talking to a mouse because you were in the fucking retro cage with her or whatever the case is.
That actually brings something up. Not to jump too far off.
Go ahead, man.
Would you want a live action Voltron show?
Not a show. I wouldn't mind a movie, but not a show. Not a
Like if
show.
like let's say they did this Netflix over a 12 episode live action.
I don't think I would want it. I mean, if they did a good job, they did a good job. They would do a good job. That's fine. But I typically believe that things like that should be done in movie, not in shows like the shows. Like I typically, like you hear Adam say it a lot. Like this should be done over a series on Netflix and blah blah blah. Right? I don't think so because the budget isn't always there for television. The budget that I would want to see given to like a Voltron live action Voltron.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
I don't know. Like I think some stuff loses its charm or like the factor that kind of brought you in. I
Hmm.
think it loses some of that when it goes to live action.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really wouldn't want to see it go to live action at all. I mean, if they did, I would I prefer a movie, but I don't want because then when you do a series, then they start coming up with storylines that had nothing to do with the original shit, trying to stretch it out, like the whole Agents of Shield thing. I don't like that show, dude. I don't like it.
I tried like I can't watch it either. But I mean like even in this though, like if you think about it, right? Like they almost all of them I would say Hunk is probably the only one who doesn't have his own storyline going on right now.
Yeah, which means you'll get it at some point, right?
Yeah, which you will at some point, because everybody else is, it's a lost family, lost memory,
Hmm.
was held by aliens. I've lost a year, 2 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah,
You got one guy who got thrown out of school,
yeah, yeah,
so that's obviously got some drama behind it. And then you got the other guy who's got a inferiority complex,
yeah,
and who's overcompensating at
yeah,
every turn.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and even the princess has got somewhat of a storyline, and then obviously the other guy, I can't remember his name.
He's fucking comic relief.
That's exactly what he is. Like
Yeah.
he's the joke guy.
Fucking the princess is badass though. She's a badass. I kind of like that. I thought it was gonna make her all prissy and stuff at first because when I saw five pounds, I'm like, okay, they're not actually putting her in a lion, but
Yeah,
she's a pretty badass dude.
yeah. I think I think something's gonna happen to a champion hero,
Yeah.
whoever. I
I
think
for,
some.
Go ahead. Go
I think
ahead.
some. It's just my prediction. Like I said, I'm only 3 episodes in.
Mhm.
I think something's gonna happen with him, and that's when the princess is gonna step up and
Yeah.
take the land.
Because I look at it and I keep thinking that either he's gonna go because he's taking the place of Sven basically. I know in the original cartoon, Sven left the team to go help like fight for freedom for the people of the planet or whatever the case is. I don't think they're gonna go that route, but I see him leaving them to go off and I don't know do something. I don't know some hero complex bullshit, or I see him becoming the bad guy.
I think I don't know about a bad guy. I think we're gonna get the he's gonna be the sacrificial lamb. Like he's gonna put the team in front of himself,
Hmm.
type of a thing, or maybe it's gonna play into the lost family.
Hmm.
Like he's got to make it right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Type
I
of a
mean,
thing.
I can see
So
that. The only reason why I say they make him a bad guy, not because he wants to be, but I had this feeling like because they gave him that powerful robotic arm and shit. Like all these motherfuckers they captured, they didn't, and they had all those other people they captured fighting as slaves in their little gladiator pit. They didn't give them powerful robotic arms. So why has he got a powerful robotic arm? And then one of Zarkon's, remember that captain? I think he's in the first, yeah, from the first episode. He has that robot arm thing on too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it made me think. I wonder if they like brainwash this guy. He's like a sleeper or something. He don't even know it.
Could be. I could see him playing that up.
Because I can't deal with Keith not being in the Black Lion. Like that shit doesn't sit with me.
Well, and it's funny, man. Like even in the cut scenes, like he doesn't have the robot arm. Like when he beats the reigning champion or whatever, like he doesn't have the robot arm.
So where the fuck did that robot arm come from?
We don't know yet.
Well,
So,
we know it came from the aliens that had him hostage.
well,
And
no,
then they
it came from there. What I'm saying is we don't know when he got it or
Yeah,
under the
yeah.
circumstances that he got it.
And then like they let him go, or they shipped that fucking that coffin, the sarcophagus thing or whatever that he was traveling the spaceship that crashed on Earth or whatever. He didn't just escape; they sent him out because he woke up. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. I think he's a sleeper, man. I think he's a plant. I mean, he wasn't originally, but I think they might have brainwashed him or something. I don't know.
Be
But
interesting.
what are you waiting to see, or hoping that they develop in this story?
Well, I wanted to see a row beast, and we didn't get that till this third episode.
Yeah.
So, and again, I kind of like the way they're taking their time. Like, in the same thing, like what's the witch's name? We didn't see the witch.
Hagar?
We didn't see her till this episode too.
Yeah.
So, I kind of wish they would have spent a little more time, like getting the lions put together. You know what I mean? Like, not so much forming Voltron, but more, if for those
Finding them or whatever.
for those of you guys who haven't listened to it yet, like at the time they only have one lion. They find the blue lion, then they got to go back and find the other three because the black one's locked in the castle or whatever. Like the green one came way too easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
really
Like,
easy.
yeah, like let us just have this sloth take us on a canoe ride, and we're there.
The sloth's waiting for him.
Yeah, and it waves. Like, okay, that was a little much, but then I don't know. Like, I guess it's because the drama with the yellow lion, like getting the yellow lion, was so good that it just made the other one. You're just kind of like, oh, that was very anticlimactic.
Now, see, with the yellow line, dude, and it wasn't the yellow line. What I found to be really ridiculous or just unacceptable was, okay, when they took off in the blue line took out a starship by itself when they were in space leaving Earth or whatever, right? And then now when Lance is inside of the the blue line, and he's like fighting, he's getting his ass whooped by a couple little fighter ships. You know what I'm saying? While Hunk is looking for the yellow line, I'm like, you just took out a whole starfighter, a whole flagship, and you can't take out these little jets or whatever the case is. But I mean, it's cartoon stuff, so what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it was one large target versus I think there's like 5 or 6 of these smaller ones that are all coming at you. You know what I mean? And they're just as nimble as you are. I don't know. I'm just trying to excuse it away right now.
I know, because then they mess up, because that actually would have been a perfect excuse, right? But then you come back, and I think it's the third episode was the Green Lion, right? Or was it the second episode?
No, they got all the lions in the second episode because the end of that episode they formed Voltron.
So in the second episode, where I believe it was the yellow lion and the blue lion have to keep the spaceship busy while they sneak in with the green lion, right? So they're like
to steal the red lion.
Yeah. So they're in space with these two lions, and they're fucking up a whole fleet of fighters, a whole fleet of them, dude. So it goes back to why in the hell couldn't the fucking blue lion take on 2 fighter jets? I mean, they were beating his ass. They were giving him the business too. But I don't know. I think that the only 2 things I really that I'm looking forward to. Well, not the only 2 things, but the 2 main things that I'm looking forward to is, one, since this is a more mature show on Netflix, I want to see it go down between Keith and the princess, right? And then,
Of course you do.
yeah, you know me. And then
Doesn't matter what story we're in, it's got to go down for you.
Got to go down, dude. I'm all
Hey,
perfect.
we got I think we got a live action delivery.
Oh, really?
Oh, what are you gonna do, Mr. Mailman? I'm
Oh,
watching
they're right
you.
there at you.
I'm watching you, Mr.
Are you
Mailman.
going to fuck up the box? Is he going to write the pink slip? What's it going to be?
Oh, nope.
Choose your destiny. What
Nope.
you got coming, buddy?
He just took off his seatbelt. It's got his little handy scanner.
Hey, don't you get excited when you get to see him when they do
I'm
that?
watching him.
Don't you get excited?
Watching him. Oh, oh,
You're
oh!
here
Damn, I feel bad. He's kind of hobbling. My man's got 2 knee braces on.
You're here with Toy Detox live on the scene where Tyler is experiencing a live delivery. This is breaking news.
A live delivery of a sorter that Mickey sent me.
Oh, we got to talk about that, dude. About the Swarter experience, the Swarter feedback.
So you want me to go get the box and open it while we're on the podcast?
Well, yeah, that too. But
Okay.
Yeah, we got to address all this stuff, dude. We got to get it in there.
All right.
We may have to push.
So Voltron, you want Keith and the princess?
Keith and the princess, and I want. I'm looking forward to when they introduce. What was the prince's name? The bad guy. The bad guy prince. Was it Lothar or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That I'm looking forward for when they introduce him into the story.
You think we're gonna get him?
I probably not to the second season, but I would love to see him come out in the first season. I'm not gonna lie, dude. But if they did that, that would leave nothing for the second season. So I guess we probably won't see it to the second season.
Be interesting.
Yeah. But other than that, I kind of really enjoyed the show, man. Like I enjoyed the idea of being able to sit. When I woke up this morning, the first thing that popped into my mind was, I'm going to get a bowl of cereal. I'm going to the man cave, and I'm going to watch a Saturday morning cartoon. And I felt so accomplished, dude. Like,
Oh, my wife just walked in. What was that, honey? I have a stupid package. I do. I have a stupid package.
just like a
Well,
It's a toy. It's from this.
it's from this Mickey. I'm talking to Mickey right now.
Which I know is a person,
Yeah,
so
Mickey.
I know it's a stupid package.
It is a stupid package.
She said every single word that my wife says when she tells me I have a box.
Hey, Abs. He just said that you just recited every word that his wife just says. If it makes you, hey, hon, if it makes you feel better, I'm not keeping this one. You really don't care what I do. All right, got it.
All of that. My wife says that too. All of that. That's crazy. Like universal
Love you,
life
dear.
language.
There you go.
She even says, when you sent me the Boost and Hatch, and she's like, you got another box. You got another stupid box in here. And I was like, babe, I get an email today. Yeah, you got another box, another stupid box. You always get some stupid boxes. And then she's like, what is it, a toy? I was like, I don't know. I was like, who is it from? This Tyler person? Who is that? Is that the guy you do the show with? Like the same stuff. Dude.
She's like your white friend.
Oh man.
All right, so
I have to get your reaction to open.
all right, so I just opened the box right now.
Okay.
And for the record, everybody, Mickey did not put any packaging materials in here, but
Hey,
it is his toy, and the box did fit pretty snugly.
Yeah, that was the point. I know what I'm doing.
Dude, what's this sack of weed doing in here? Thank you.
Oh shit! I dropped that.
Is this Atlanta's finest?
I dropped my bubble cushion there.
Oh, that's funny.
Play, dog. Go play.
No. So I'm opening him right now. Actually, I will tell you, he does look better in person.
I told you.
He does look better in person. He
I don't
definitely does have a dick bar though.
Yeah, he's got a dick bar there.
Black dick bar at that.
Hey, he's well hung. I don't
Not
expect you to
all
like him. If
stereotypes
you
are
like him, you
true.
like him. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. But I just wanted to get your reaction on it, dude. Because I firmly believe that in person, he would get a far better rap than he does.
He's got ratchets in and out, but not around. That's weird. On his shoulders. Mickey.
I'm listening, dude.
Oh, well, you were just being quiet. I was just saying, like he doesn't have the ratchets around.
I know.
The
I did the fucking review, dude. I know what he
what?
does. I did the fucking review. I
I
know
know,
that.
I watched the review. He feels pretty good in hand. Actually, he's got a decent amount of weight to him.
I had a guy ask me. He was like, "Would you?" He said, look. He said he commented in the video. He was like, looking at him, he looks like he would feel like Sugarer. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. Because me, I feel
Better
like
Sugar.
yeah, I feel like he feels way more solid. Like Sugar had diecast in him, if I'm not mistaken. This guy doesn't
Yeah,
have diecast. He
eggs.
still feels solid, huh?
Yeah, Sugar had some diecast in his legs. This guy
Yeah.
doesn't have any diecast at all.
Nah.
You know what? His hips don't look as bad as what I thought they would because they just come out of the middle of that bar. And I think you called it a championship belt.
Yeah.
Doesn't
You got
cover
a
it.
wrestling. You got a wrestling belt.
He's got a wrestling belt.
You got a wrestling belt.
But no, he actually The backpack cleans up nicer than what I thought it would.
Yeah. I'm telling you, in hand, he's far better than like just the picture. The pictures don't do him any justice. Like because you look at it and then in your mind you already hate it, so you think it's gonna be cheap feeling and all of that stuff. But he doesn't feel cheap. Like the plastic feels really good to me.
He is slightly taller than Blur
Is he?
on the top of
Can
his
you
head.
send me a picture of those two together? Whenever
No.
you not a rush thing, whenever you get a chance.
No,
You gonna send me? I want a picture.
hang
I want
on.
a picture.
His head is slightly higher than Blur's. I mean, if you take into account like the tail off of the helicopter, like he's taller, but just like standing them straight up next to each other.
I gotta get a blur now, dude.
Let me get you a picture of your kid here.
Picture my boy. That's my boy. I'm telling you though, you do not want to attempt the transformation without watching the video, whether it's mine's or whoever's. Dude,
All right, I'll
that's
take it.
universal.
I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah, those directions are terrible. I mean, the helicopter transformation directions aren't as bad, but that fucking car transformation, no way, sir.
This is like a super generic. Let me just set him on the shelf pose.
Nah, that works.
I just sent it to you on Facebook though.
Yeah, that
On the
works.
Facebook Messenger.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I like that side by side. I like them side by side. He really makes me like Blur. Okay, now check this out. So Blur has that is well hung, and he's well hung. Are they compensating for something? You think the designer's compensating for something or something?
Could be.
Huh.
I just sent you like a group shot. But I'm looking at the way Blur's hips kind of work. Like his kind of work the same way. So if you have a Blur, it's just his. You want to call it his hip skirt? Actually hides it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like it's and I can see exactly why they did it on Sandstorm. You could tell it's completely transformation based. But that's the reason they hang down like that. But they did a pretty good job hiding it. Like when you're looking at him from, I mean, you can see it from certain angles, but from like straight on and from the side, they do a pretty good job of hiding it.
Yeah.
Did you get the group shot with the rest of the guys from the movie?
Wait, let me go back. Oh, here you go. Oh, nice. I'm gonna put this picture up. Nice.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
I keep telling people, and so I was in a I think I told you I was in the chat, the TFW chat, thread or whatever. They were talking about Blur, and there are a lot of people obviously shitting on the figure, right? But then everyone who actually has the figure in hand say they like it, and then you have a couple people that are interested in it. So I call them the closet sworders. The closet sword lovers. The closet sword lovers. Yeah. They're interested, but they don't want anybody else to know they're interested. Like even on my reviews, dude, I got like a lot of people saying how stupid the figure is, how bad it is, and all this kind of shit. You got a few people that were willing to admit that they actually liked it, and then I got just as many people PM me on the side asking me about like, I mean, I'm interested. I don't know. You know that kind of shit.
Is it worth jumping in?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it worth jumping in?
Like, so in public, I would never kiss a dude. And then, and then they PM me, but is it really moist? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you just made me throw up in my mouth a little
Does it
bit.
hurt the first time going in? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't understand why people won't just come out. The people who are interested at minimum, come out and just admit it that you're interested in the figure. Like, you don't have to give in to the fucking bandwagon, to the fucking, to the
Actually,
crowd, man.
I kind of take it back, dude. This guy's got a gunshot wound going through his chest.
Gunshot wound going through his chest? What are you talking about?
No, he's got a gunshot wound through him, dude. It looked like he took a Galvatron blast through his torso.
Through the side?
Yeah.
Those panels might not be flipped down. There are panels that you have to that you flip down for the robot mode, and then for the car mode, and I think the helicopter mode, you flip them up into the chest, so they're probably not flipped down. Because I actually skipped that step in the review.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I see how. Yeah, they're folded up inside, but I can see the hinge where it folds.
I had to edit it out because in the review I was critiquing, and I was like, it's really hollow from the side. And then as I was transforming, I was like, oh, I forgot about these flaps.
You're like, never mind.
Yeah, so I went back and cut that shit out.
Back up.
No one's going to criticize me on this. You know the fandom, man. They're waiting. You dumbass. You totally forgot to roll down. Hold on, let me adjust my do-hat. You totally forgot to fold down the panels. They love it, dude. They love doing that stuff, man. So, okay, so far you haven't really got a chance to transform yet, which may change your opinion of it as it's growing, right, as far as making it worse. But what do you think so far?
No, he feels good in hand. He's got some feet on him though.
Yeah, he got some duck boots.
I like his legs though, like the way his legs collapse together.
Yeah, yeah,
Just without messing with it. Like it's pretty cool how they fold it away.
yeah. The
And the
engineering's
tires
pretty
are the
good,
bottoms
man.
of the feet and stuff.
I even see why the forearms, even though I don't like it, I see why well, when you transform it, you'll definitely see. But I see why the forearms are long like that because they take up a good portion of the helicopter mode, the top part
Yeah.
of it. I wish they could have found a different way to do it though.
Well, yeah, like it's funny because I just as soon as you started saying that, I'm like, this guy's elbow joint is in the middle of his bicep.
Yeah, yeah. I wish they could
But
find he's got the swivel on top and bottom of the bicep. Plus he's got that ratchet. Plus the forearm bit slides.
is that
So
all for transformation?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's
All
heavily
right.
engineered, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'll play with him when we're done recording.
Cool.
Transform him a couple times.
I have now started a mission. It's my mission to convert people.
You are a sorter activist.
Yes, I am, sir. I'm a proud Swarter activist. We're Swarter. We're here, and we're not going anywhere. What was the dude? What else did we have? That's it, right? Or was it the Saturday
The
morning shit?
well, yeah, we were. Well, I think we're done with Voltron. We were going to talk about Saturday morning cartoons and cereal.
Do you want to do it or you want to save it? What do you think?
No, I mean, I think it's fitting right now.
Okay, so let's get into it. So I posted the little pic, like, oh, I gotta tell you, this. I posted a little pic, saying, a little promo saying we want to know what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon and cereal was, right? And so fucking Dan off of, oh, there's the wife calling me right now. Hold on, god damn it, podcasting at its best. Hello, hey babe, what's going on? I'm doing this podcast right now. You're actually on it right now. Yes, we're still on it. When are you coming home? Yeah, I want to talk to you about that. I'll
Uh
talk to you
oh.
in a minute.
Uh oh.
Hello? Ah, I'm going. I love you. Hello?
You're in trouble, bro.
Hey, man, so I gotta go to this stupid pool party for this is kid that plays my son's football team, right? So now I'm being forced to go to this thing, and to be honest, it's a kid's pool party. Why the fuck do I have to go to this, sir? What does that have to do with me? You drop your kids off. These aren't like 5-year olds. You drop them off. They're like 12s and 13s. You drop them off, dude. But my wife has to go to events. She has to be at an event. So my Saturday's going
That's
to
just women
shit.
though. Women like doing that kind of stuff. Men, I don't know about you. I'd rather just be like, I'll stay home.
That's what I'm talking about. But
I'll stay
man,
home. No worries.
that's what. And she said you don't have to go, but you know what that means.
Yeah, that's the you better go. Otherwise,
Yeah,
there's gonna be consequences when you get
exactly.
home.
I got some new toys in the mail, man. I got Voltron to watch. I was like gonna fuck my diet off for the whole weekend, dude. I was gonna get some Five Guys fries, Five Guys burgers and fries, and I was gonna Voltron it up,
Cajun
dude.
fries.
Yeah, man. Now what am I doing? I'm going to this shit. Okay, let me get back in happy mode so we can go back to talking about bowls of cereal. So, man, that's bullshit, dude. It's your fault, Tyler. What are we talking
Yeah.
about?
Saturday morning cartoons and cereal.
I'm sorry, fellow listeners. You heard me crying like a little bitch just then. Hold on. But wait, how long must the husband servitude last? When do we get our fucking rights? When will our voices be heard?
Never. Come on, man.
It's bullshit, dude.
That's the reason there's a saying: "Happy wife, happy life."
I know, man. Okay, so what I was getting to was so for that picture that I posted, a little promo deal, right? So it says hashtag show us your bowls. So like Dan, Dan from ROC, shout out
Mhm.
to Dan, right? He's like, well, that's a risque thing to bowls, not never mind. So that's classic. And then other people have been commenting, but they're not really getting the idea, even though I put it in the description. They're more like, talking about other shit, dude. Like not talking about what we asked them to talk about. Collectors learn how to follow directions. Well, so yeah. So what about you, dude? What do you think? What's your favorite? Going back to the memories of
Well,
Saturday
no,
morning.
but, like it's funny. Like so, when you pose that, right? Like I started thinking about it back in the day, and like I remember as a kid, like at least where I was at, like you'd wake up on Saturday morning. We had three stations. I want to say it
Mm-hmm.
was like might have been four actually. It might have been ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox all had Saturday morning cartoons.
Uh,
And like I remember getting up like 6 o'clock on Saturday mornings. Like you would drag your ass at 6 o'clock in the morning
yeah,
going to school. Six
yeah,
o'clock in the morning on Saturday, boom.
bright
You
and
had your
early.
cereal, you had your juice, you had the TV on, like you're good to go.
Prepped,
Yeah,
prepped.
and then like it would run at least where I was at, man, it would run to like 11,
Yeah,
and literally that's what you did. You sat there for that 4 or 5 hours
just
and literally
cartoon.
just watched cartoons all morning.
Yeah, that was the best times of life right there, dude.
It was great.
I remember there was a time where it stretched even longer than that because we had okay, you had the real cartoons, real Saturday morning lineup, right? And like you said, ending around 11 or 12 o'clock, something like that. And then you had those straggler cartoons where you had to kind of look around different channels to find them.
Hmm.
But you had them. We had like we had the it was like it's some kind of like storybook or something like on ABC or something like storybook something. And they had three different cartoons that they would run, and you had like Dark Water, something.
Oh,
With,
I
you
remember
remember
Dark
that?
Water.
The
Yeah, the
Pirates of
pirate.
Dark Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something else with dragons. I can't remember what that one was. And then they had another one, and like. As a kid, for some reason, I could never really figure out what the schedule was to know which one they were going to be playing that Saturday or whatever the case is. But I loved it because it was like my last cartoon for the afternoon. Then after that, you had to go into like kung fu movies and shit like that. But yeah, man, I used to love that shit, dude.
Well, I was gonna say at least I remember, man, like 11 o'clock would
Mm.
hit, and then it would be like the weird kind of live action shows that were for
Yeah,
kids would start coming on.
yeah.
Except for Fox, man, you'd flip it to Fox and they had American Gladiators,
Oh, I fucking
which
forgot about American Gladiators. That
which
was
when
the
you
shit.
which when you were a kid, that was amazing.
Yes, that was Mortal Kombat to me. You could not tell me that American Gladiators wasn't Mortal Kombat.
Hey, they're actually supposed to be like bringing that back.
I wish they would, man. American
Like
Gladiators was the shit.
I think it's the same guys that are doing like American Ninja Warrior are gonna
Uh,
bring back American Gladiators.
hey, sidebar. Did you see the one where they had the chick? She wore the Wonder Woman outfit doing the American Ninja Warriors.
Yeah, and she crushed it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty fucking cool.
she was a stunt double for somebody.
Was that the one that was the I think she was the stunt double for the chick on from Civil War. I mean from the Avengers. For Black
Scarlett
Widow.
Johansson.
Yeah, for Scarlett. Oh, Scarlett Joe. When you say her name,
Yeah,
Scarlett Joe.
yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think that's who that was. What was your first? What was the first uh, show that you remember coming on in the morning when you get up in the morning to watch? Do you remember what the first show was?
Oh, no, I don't remember the order. I just remember those like key shows that I had to
Yeah,
watch.
I
What?
remember.
You actually remember the first show?
Well, it changed from season to season, but my earliest memory, or one of my favorite time frames, or my favorite period, was I will wake up on a Saturday morning. I mean, it's like bright and early, like. I mean, it's still dark outside, and the first show I would watch was The Lone Ranger, which like was like the black and white TV show from back in the day.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, I used to love it. The fucking Lone Ranger. I used to love that show, dude. So, cause I used to be
That's awesome.
I was a nut for like old black and white TV shows, like
When you were like 8, 9 years
yeah,
old?
yeah,
Really?
Green Acres, all of that shit, man. I used to love
Wow.
those shows, dude. But so the Lone Ranger, and then I think after it changed to like Lone Ranger would come on, and then Pound Puppies would come on. And when Pound Puppies came on, that announced that cartoons were now being showed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I used to love that shit, man.
I remember that. Or like, it's funny you say Pound Puppies too.
Mhm.
My brother used to love that show. I hated
Yeah,
that show. I never liked that show.
I love the one that was like the Fonz. He had the little jacket or whatever.
Um, No, like the thing I hated was like you'd be watching your show and then it would flip to like the quote unquote girl show,
Oh yeah,
like My
yeah,
Little
yeah.
Pony or dude, you know what I saw the other day that like completely brought back memories that I completely forgot about was glowworms.
Dude, I forgot about glowworms.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
This damn. Hey, shut up, dog. Ah, I'm about to edit that
Um.
shit.
Anyway, like it made me think of it because like I've been trying to find places out here that sell like old school stuff, like collectible
Mhm.
stuff, like '80s toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And one of them had like they're advertising like the mint in box glowworm, and I was like, holy crap! Like it's one of those things like you just like completely forgot about. Like
These like time stop for you. Like, holy shit, they got glowworms.
yeah, for like 5 seconds I was
Yeah,
like glowworms, and then I remembered that show, and then they had like the plastic ones, and
yeah.
you'd like put them by the light. I remember because I had an aunt.
Uh,
I had an aunt who gave, again, like I said, I have three younger brothers. Gave me and all my brothers these plastic glowworms that you'd put by the light, turn the lights off, and they would glow.
uh,
Because her daughters, she had three daughters and sons, they like glowworms, so we got glowworms, and I'm just like, this is lame.
dude, what was guilty girl TV show pleasure? Like, what was the girl show? It was a girl cartoon, but you liked it anyways. We all had them. Don't tell me you didn't. There's no fucking way you did.
Trying to think. I remember I remember like I never watched My Little Pony or like Glow, that kind of crap. Like I hated Rainbow Bright because that same aunt, her oldest daughter, loved Rainbow Bright,
Uh-huh.
so I automatically hated it because she liked it, and I didn't really like her. She was terrible. Um, but no, I remember like we used to watch Gem. I remember watching that.
Yeah, Jim was one of mine too. I wanted to hit that.
What was yours?
I actually had a number of them, sir.
Really?
Okay, so Jim was one of them. Shira was one. I wanted to hit that too. Shira.
Oh, yeah.
Was one.
Like, well, it's funny. Like, to me, that was still He-Man, though. Like, the
Yeah.
bad guys, that really wasn't girlish. Like,
Well-
they had some cool bad guys, like Hordak and
Yeah,
the
well,
rest
so
of the whole
Shira got a pass, right? But deep
Yeah.
inside, we all know that was a cartoon for girls, dude. But girls didn't really want to watch Shira until they did the Shira dolls. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I really started feeling guilty. Like I couldn't tell nobody at school I was watching Shira, right? But so
See,
Jim,
well, wasn't it, who what was a, somebody on a pod, was it Bobby talking about he wanted some of the villains from She-Ra and he had to make his dad go down the girl aisle or something to go get him? Might have been Bobby. I think it was Bobby.
Was that on Nerd Rage?
Yeah, but like
Big up to Nerd Rage
I
Radio.
remember wanting those villains too.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I
They
wanted
had some
Horde.
cool villains
Like,
though.
yeah, like they
Yeah.
were cool. And then it was just one of those things like can't ask for those. You know what I mean?
So I can't let anyone know I want those. You want a doll? What are you, some
Right.
kind of freak? I ain't raising no freaks. Oh, that was fucked up.
All right,
What
so
else I have
what-
on my list?
what else?
Okay, so we got Jim, we got She-Ra. What was it? Strawberry shortcake. I had a love-hate relationship with strawberry shortcake.
Ugh.
Dude, like I hated strawberry shortcake, but there was nothing else on good in that time span. Because if I remember correctly, Rainbow Bright played around the same time, but on a different channel. And then you had the fucking Wuzzles. You remember the Wuzzles? Yeah, it's like they're like these animals, but they were like mixed with different animals. Like
Oh yes, I remember that. There was like a lion that was like part B.
yes,
Wasn't that like one of the main ones?
And the
Yeah,
toys,
I remember those
toys were
things.
stuffed animals you could fold up, and like little kids had them, and they'd be on the commercial. You know what's in your Wuzzle? And then you fold the Wuzzle out because they had these little pockets on the front of them. And
No, those were Popples.
oh yeah, pop.
That was
pop.
something else because like I remember Popples too.
Yeah, so but Wuzzles was the one that was on during that time. So I really had nothing else to watch, so I had to make a command decision. So so I went with strawberry shortcake, dude. And is there any?
I just remember Jem being wedged in between like two boy shows.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie because Jim had a GI Joe look to it as far as the
Yeah.
animation. So I was down for Jim no matter what. Plus I wanted to hit that. So I was down no matter what. Do you remember a show called? These fucking dogs are driving me crazy. Do you remember
Nope,
the show
I don't
called?
remember. I don't remember a show called that.
It's airing real soon, dude. It was a show called Beverly Hills Teens or Beverly Hills Teenagers or some shit like that.
No.
It was kind of like it was during the same time like dinosaurs or whatever that show was.
Yep, that was a
Right.
good. That was a good
Yeah.
one.
It was around the same time frame as that, but it was more like they were all like uber rich teenagers, right? But they would have all these mysteries, so it was kind of a mix of Josie and the Pussycats and like Archie and something else, right? But
And this was a animated show.
it was a cartoon show, Beverly Hills Teens. But it came on channel 69 here in Georgia because it came on right around like the same time, like I think dinosaurs or how the fuck do you even say that? Dinosaurs?
Yep.
whatever the fuck. Yeah, that show would come on, and then Beverly Hills Teens was the last one to come on. I gotta Google that shit.
Actually, I just did right now.
Did you?
Beverly Hills Teens intro. Like that's actually a real show.
Yeah, dude, I used to love that fucking show.
I don't remember
dude.
this show.
I used to love it, dude. I don't think I had any other girl guilty cartoon pleasures.
Oh, hang on.
All right, all right.
Let's see here. 2 1s. All right. I don't know if the mic's
No, I
picking
can
it
hear
up.
it. I can hear it. I can hear it. Oh snap! It's going
Oh,
down.
oh! They got a convertible Benz that's like
Yeah.
a stretch limo with a pool in the back of it.
I used to love that show. Hey, crank it up, dude. Crank it
Oh,
up.
oh, and of course, they have their nerd.
I'm over here dancing right now, dude. I'm dancing. Getting it in.
Dude, this has like all the cliche rich guy stuff,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
horseback
man.
riding and surfing and. Oh, this is so 80s. They have like zebra pants on and they're playing like a guitar. This is amazing.
Dude,
It looks
I
like
used to love that show.
it looks like the inside of the Max at Bear. That's their school crest, a surfboard and a guitar. They're edgy.
I gotta find episodes of that shit. But I used to love that show, dude. I mean, that was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid.
Are you serious?
I used to fucking love.
Mickey.
Dude, watch the cut. If you were a kid, watching a couple of them, you would get addicted, dude.
No.
Okay, so
that is terrible.
favorite Saturday morning cartoon, favorite Saturday morning cereal, but you can't include weekday cartoons though.
See, man, that's hard to like try to separate them.
I give you three. I give you three.
Okay.
And one of them can be a weekday show. Nah, but see, when you bring in the weekday show, that's harder, dude, because you got a whole bunch of good
like
weekday shows.
Saturday morning, man. Like,
Oh wait, I'm gonna give you a minute to think then, because I want to cover this too. Do you remember that? Okay, so every season they would bring in new shows, and then some of your favorite old shows would either get dropped off,
yep.
or so like they used to have this thing. I don't know if we talked about this before, but they used to have this thing, at least here in Georgia, where for ABC, most of the major networks did it, but I remember specifically for ABC, the night before they would do the like little TV show, the little cartoon, and they would have one of the popular show characters host it when they were announcing what was coming up for the fall lineup.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man, I used to love it.
Like previews, and then they'd give you like a 5 or a 10 minute clip.
Yeah,
it'd be like an hour-long show, and they'd give you like 5 or 6 shows.
yeah.
I remember that.
Ah, dude, I used to love that, man. They've killed TV, dude. Without this kind of shit, this is why society's falling apart, bro. This is why society's falling. Because I remember the first time I saw Droids, they did the little intro for it, the little previews for it with Droids. Oh man, I was fucking in all the way in for that.
You're like, I'm gonna get Star Wars as a cartoon,
Yep, yes sir.
and then it sucked.
Yeah, it did, because it damn sure wasn't Star Wars.
No, it wasn't.
It was not. It was
That
not.
is for sure.
All right, that's enough beating around the bush. What's your three? What's your three, sir? Quit stalling.
Well, I'm trying to think, man. Like, because I guess I'm having a hard time trying to remember what was Saturdays and what was weekdays. Because in my head, like it all just blurs
All
together.
Right? Here's
Yeah.
one that I know. Okay, well, how about this? Do you remember? And for the listeners too, does anyone remember having a show that aired but it didn't air regularly, kind of like Toy Detox? You know what I'm saying? Because I remember there were certain shows where it would come on some Saturdays, and some Saturdays you didn't see it.
You know what? It took me a while. Do you remember the was it the Marvel Action Hour?
Marvel Action Hour. Who
And it would have like Fantastic Four,
Oh yeah.
Iron Man, but it would only be an hour, and it would only play. You would get like a 30-minute episode of like one of them or two of them technically, but you never really knew which one it was.
Yeah.
So like you could get a Hulk, you could get an Iron Man, or you could get like a Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Like I
that.
still to this day, like I don't know if there was rhyme or reason to like how they did them,
Mhm.
but like that's one of the first things like when you say that, one of them that seemed to not air all the time.
Do you think that was really the networks, or do you think it was just our being kids, our minds not being able to grasp the idea of a lineup. And well, no, because as kids, you knew that cartoon schedule, dude. Like you knew what time the show came on, when the show came on, and all of that.
We used to have we used to get like a thing in the mail. Like, well, it wasn't even in the mail; it was in the newspaper, and it would be like your weekly
TV guide deal.
kind of, but it wasn't TV Guide. But it was just our local channels. Like it didn't have. So like I remember like going through that thing and like circling the shows. Like, okay, at this time we're gonna watch this show. At this time we're gonna watch this show. Like straight up, like planning out the morning, like and going through. And like I really remember that because I remember one time my dad was like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just planning out our Saturday morning, like what shows we're gonna watch." He's like, "I got a show for you. It's called Cut the Grass."
I had a similar experience, but mine was like, my mom was like, "Oh, you guys can plan out what you're gonna do for the day and what time you're gonna wake up, but you can't do that for school, and you can't plan your homework." Because we would sit there with like little highlighter markers. You do that too?
Yep.
Yeah, and circle your shows, and I put a star by certain shows that I could not miss and stuff like that. I think there were a couple that I remember. Do you remember? Okay, you remember Alf, right?
Yep.
So Alf had a cartoon, but dude, we're going for like 3 hours on this bitch. But Alf had a cartoon, and at first it would come on every so often, and then at some point they got regular seasons or whatever. And then there was another one, Laser Tag. Laser Tag had a cartoon as well.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it had but that's just how rare the shit. It never came on. Like you would get lucky like once a month or something. It would be like Laser Tag's coming on at such and such, and then you'd be watching for it. But then I think the networks change over on the same channel, so then you didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what the hell that was about. There were a couple of them like that, dude.
I remember. Do you remember the old Police Academy cartoon?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like I remember that one was always tough to find, and the reason I always wanted to watch it because I remember my parents like talking about the movies and how funny the movies were, and like they were like, I can't believe they made a cartoon out of that. So it was one of those things like, oh, parents think I shouldn't watch it. Now I really want to watch it. So like it just made it like that much more. But I like that. It's funny you say that because like that was one like as a kid I remember like I could never find it wherever it was.
I really would like to know if any of our listeners have any network television network experience, or affiliations. Let me know. Hit us up and let us know why the fuck that was like that. Whereas some shows just never came on, and they would just come on like once a month or once a year, or they would say it was coming on, but then the whole network they would announce one lineup, but then it just totally changed.
Well, I know a lot of that had to do with like your local affiliates. You know what I mean? Like they could pick and choose like what they wanted to pick up. So
I think I caught that. Oh, my dad's calling. I think I caught that laser tag maybe twice. Once while I was in Georgia, and once while we were in Charleston visiting. And it came, and when it was coming on, I could not believe it. And I was like, "Laser tag's coming on! Laser tag's coming on!" And everybody in the house was looking at me like, "What the hell is wrong with this kid?"
yeah.
Memories, man. Cereal. What about the cereal?
Cereal
choice, sir.
Oh, like Staples?
Yeah.
At least in my house, like we always had like just the regular Cheerios. Not even like Honey Nut Cheerios, just like regular Cheerios.
Like the base Cheerios?
Huh?
Like the regular ones? Like
yeah, like the yellow box. Like no flavor. Just like
the Wick Cheerios. In the hood we call those the Wick Cheerios.
Like we always had like that, like Frosted Mini Wheats. Like that was like a staple in my house, like growing up.
You guys like on some health stuff, or what was the deal with that?
My mom's in the medical profession, so it's like she tried to keep us eating somewhat healthy. Okay. But then at the same time, like we had all the regulars, like Captain Crunch, Berry Captain Crunch.
I was going to say, what's your favorite Crunch Berry or peanut butter Captain Crunch?
Dude, I got sick off of peanut butter Captain Crunch, but that's a whole nother story.
Eating too much of it, or what?
Okay. So time out on the cartoons. So out where I kind of grew up in Utah.
Wait, can we air this? Is it good for us to be on the show?
I won't name names.
Okay, good.
General Mills has like a production facility out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a pretty big one. Like it services like a lot of the West Coast. And one of my buddies, his brother, worked there.
Mm.
So this is like when we were in high school, and then he would bring home like think of like those really really large trash bags.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking the ones that could like fit like your proper regular trash can.
Like the ones you use to clean pick the grass up in the yard and shit.
Yeah, like a full size. He'd bring home full size trash bags of cereal.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking like huge bags of cereal,
Huge.
like ridiculous amounts.
Uh,
But like this same guy, like I kid you not. So like he was like one of my best friends growing up through high school, junior high and high school, and his brother, I literally remember him like he would cut, like he wouldn't tear open the top of like the box of cereal like you normally should, like a regular person. This guy would like cut off the back of the box, cut the plastic, and just pour the milk directly into it, and he would eat the entire box like in one sitting, and throw that shit away.
what the hell?
Yeah, he would eat, like that was like he would eat it like full, like a full box, like at a time, like it was nothing.
What the hell? How did he possibly do that?
Dude, that same guy, like this same guy would eat full large pizzas by himself.
Dude,
And the
that's
like
crazy.
he was never fat either. That was the craziest part. Not until he got much older when he kept trying to eat like that,
When
and
that
the
fucking
metabolism
metabolism slowed down.
Yep, and it got him. That was it. All right, so back to so anyway, so peanut butter Captain Crunch. Like my buddy just like kept a bag of that crap in his car, and he would just like eat it, like he would eat chips. Like he'd just be driving down the street munching on peanut butter Captain Crunch, and it was always peanut butter Captain Crunch was always around. So like it just came to the like I can't like even when I smell it now, I get kind of sick to my stomach.
Oh wow, so you overdid it, huh?
Yeah, but that dude's crazy. Like I got stories with that guy. Like just crazy stuff. Getting pulled over and he wasn't wearing pants.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
So, all right, we're getting way off. So we're going back to like high school, then college days. So, me and my buddy are following these like a car full of girls that we know from high school, right? So we're driving up this hill, and we're kind of like following them. And like so we catch up to him, and like you do the dumb thing, like you pull up next to him, and you guys see each other, and you wave and crap or whatever, right? So we slow down, they slow down. One of the girls is like waving her bra like out the window.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so my buddy's like, take the wheel. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I'm sitting in the passenger seat, right? And he starts taking off his pants. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm hanging onto the wheel. We're driving up this hill, and he's hanging his pants out the window of the car. Well, and and the girls are laughing and they're thinking it's funny or whatever. Well, so they make a turn and they want us to follow us. Well, he misses the turn. So and he makes an illegal right-hand turn. And so the cops didn't see any of this other stuff. They just saw him make an illegal right-hand turn. So the cops pull us over. And I'm standing there, and I'm like, dude, you're not wearing your pants. You're sitting here in your boxers right now, and we're getting pulled over. So, long story short, the cop walks up to the window, and he sees that he clearly is not wearing pants. And they make all of us get out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. What are you guys doing? Step out of the vehicle. We all ended up face down, like in handcuffs. It was awesome.
Dude's like, sir, are you weird that you're not wearing pants?
Yeah,
Don't make it weird, sir. Don't make it weird.
The funny thing is, so they search the car, and guess what they find? A half a bag of peanut butter Captain Crunch in the trash.
Y'all high out of y'all fucking minds, dude.
Well, and so they start seeing that stuff. He doesn't. So they're searching, and it was, do you have any drugs on the car? Have you taken any drugs today? Just like grilling us. So we finally show up at the girls' houses like an hour later. They're like, "What happened to you guys?" Long story.
We got pulled over pantsless.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Tyler's pantsless adventure. That's going in the notes.
So, but yeah, good times. Good times.
So, what's your cereal, bro?
I think back in the day, dude, it was Cocoa Krispies. Or not
Krispies.
Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles.
Ah, yeah, Fruity Pebbles
Love
was the
this
shit,
thing.
dude.
Yeah.
I didn't like how. What is this dog chewing? I didn't like how. What is this dog got? Hold on for a minute. Hey, Easton, where you at? What does she got? What is she chewing up? My Doberman, man, she will find shit, dude. Like, she will find something to chew. What is that? Off her box? Go throw it away, buddy. Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Damn, what were we talking about?
Cereal.
Okay, so yeah, Fruity Pebbles. I didn't like how the Cocoa Krispies would change the color of the milk.
Oh, dude, that was like the best part.
I love when the Fruity Pebbles did it, but I didn't like the way the Cocoa Pebbles did it.
Well, and then it was like you had a glass of chocolate milk at the end of your bowl of cereal.
I never like drinking milk out of the cereal. I can eat.
No.
I can eat. I don't like milk, dude. I can eat the milk with the cereal, but the
Mm-hmm.
milk that's left, I either got to pour more cereal in there to sop it up, or it's going down the drain. I'm not
Really?
drinking. I don't like it. Like I didn't like. Me and my wife were just talking about this the other day. I also remember grade school, and they would get the cartons of milk for lunch.
Yep.
Do they still get that to kids now? Cartons of milk.
I don't know actually.
I don't know about that, but I couldn't stand drinking the milk out of the carton. I couldn't stand. I was not that kid. I don't like milk. I don't like the texture of it, and I don't like doing anything after drinking milk. Like if I eat ice cream, like my wife used to get mad at me. But like if we were eating ice cream or we drinking milk or something like that, or if I was eating ice cream or drinking milk, I could not kiss after that. Like,
Had
I
to go
couldn't
brush your
do.
teeth.
Yeah, I can't because of the film. I guess I don't know what it is, but I just have a thing with milk, dude. I just have a thing with it. Even to this day, when I'm drinking like protein shakes or something like that, because
Hmm.
it has that milky texture to it, I gotta
Well,
go and
you
gargle
got
it.
to get the ones that aren't whey based.
Well, no. Even still, because in my mind, I'm looking at it and it looks like it's milk. You know, it's like a mind thing. Like I don't drink chocolate milk. Yeah. The only time I would drink milk out of a glass, it has to be out of a glass, and it had to have like the strawberry quick in it. And we are way off subject, but I could do the strawberry quick.
Really?
Yeah, favorite
Uh,
cereal for me is the what's those monster cereals, the Frankenberries.
oh
And
yeah, Count
yeah,
Chocula.
yeah, I used to love that, man.
Really?
I get a bowl of that and watch my morning cartoons, dude. Favorite? Did you say your favorite cartoon yet?
No, wait. Well, when I was a kid, like the only time we got that kind of crap was like around Halloween, and Mom wanted to be festive, and
Really?
then it was done. Yeah.
Me and my brother had cereal box battles. Like we were inside the grocery store, he would want
Oh,
one
what
thing.
cereal you were gonna get?
Yeah, we would fight over it, dude. Like, there's not many things me and my brother fight over, but cereal, looking at the back of the cereal box while at the table, and a carton of ice cream when we were much older. Those are the only things that we've ever fought
Really?
over. Yeah, like,
And what toy came in the cereal box?
no, I didn't really care about the toys at the cereal box. He did, and I because I couldn't stand him to be happy, I had to take it from him.
The jerk.
It was something about my brother. It was something about my brother sitting at the table and being happy that he's going to read the back of the cereal box while he's eating his bowl of cereal. I couldn't stand for it, sir. I couldn't. It could not stand. I would not allow that shit to go down, dude. Like I would be like, why are you throwing a parade for the cereal? Just fix your bowl of cereal and put the box back. And my mom would always yell at me for that, dude. But I couldn't stand it. I couldn't
That's
stand it.
funny. So, are there any cereals you remember from a kid that are just like gone now?
I think there were a few. There was this one. I don't even remember if I can remember the title or the name of it. It was something like OJ's or something like that, or O's, Orange O's or something.
They have O's still that are like a Cheerio, but they're like stuffed with stuff. Like,
No, not those. They were like
hmm,
I think that I want to say that 'cause back in the day, back in our day, like each box of cereal had its own like character that went along with it. And
hmm,
I want to say that this guy was like a cowboy or something like that. I could be totally misremembering
hmm.
this.
I don't remember that
I
one.
don't know, but I remember that. And then of course you always had the different like you had the Spider-Man cereal that didn't last. I don't know. What about you?
The one that sticks out, and I remember it because my grandma always used to have it, was strawberry honeycomb.
Strawberry. I don't even remember that one.
No, oh,
Strawberry honeycomb.
Like you remember honeycomb, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It was like that, but it was strawberry.
Nah, I don't remember that, dude.
Oh, let me find. I'm gonna send you a picture.
I need a picture of that one. Strawberry honeycomb. Well, how was it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good, man. Like I remember my grandma used to always have it. Like we would eat it, like grandma would be watching us middle of the day, type of a snack thing, and we would like sit out on her back porch and eat it.
Lucky Charms. I used to love Lucky Charms.
Oh, dude, I will kill. Still to this day,
Yeah.
I will kill some Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I take a bowl of Lucky Charms.
That is
fast.
racist, though. It's Irish stereotypes there. Huh?
Is that what it is? I guess I'm Irish today because I will fucking massacre a bowl of Lucky Charms and eat like multiple bowls back to back. As a matter of fact.
You ever ate so much cereal it makes you sick?
Well, I'm lactose intolerant, I do believe. So anytime I eat a bowl of cereal, it's a hard time for anybody in the room with me. It's a hard day for anyone that's in the room with me.
I just sent it to you in the Skype chat.
Oh wow, I've never fucking seen this before ever, dude.
No? Oh, that was the stuff.
Huh? Do you remember Kix?
Yeah.
Is that shit still around?
Yep.
I hated that shit. We would get Kix. I had to pour like all kinds of fucking sugar on that shit.
I remember that. That was one like that was one my mom used to get. That was like
Yeah.
the here you go. You're just like, oh.
I couldn't stand Kix. I couldn't stand plain Rice Krispies. I
Do
hate
you,
it. Huh?
do you remember the Ninja Turtle cereal?
I think I do remember the Ninja Turtle cereal.
Dude, I remember like we had them for a while too. Like when they first started coming out, they came with bowls, like saran. Do you remember that? Like when they used to like hook stuff to the front of the boxes and they'd be like sealed to the box.
Oh yeah, with the plastic wrap or whatever the case is.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they had Ninja Turtle bowls, and like we kept those things for a long time when I was growing up.
I don't know if I remember the Ninja Turtle bowls, but I definitely remember the Ninja Turtle cereal though.
Dude,
Do
I'm gonna
do
find
do,
it.
do
Well, and it was funny because and what I was trying to get at, and this whole thing is like it was like they had a cereal to go with almost every cartoon.
yeah,
Like
that was the
they
big
like
deal.
they had. Do you remember they had like Donkey Kong
Yeah.
cereal?
Oh, fucking
for-
Donkey Kongs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you remember that old Nintendo Power Hour, whatever it was?
Yeah, that was another one of my favorite cartoons, as a matter of fact, dude.
They'd have Donkey Kong and Super Mario, and they had like a Pac-Man cereal. They had a Ninja Turtle cereal. They had I remember Ghostbuster cereal.
Yeah, I remember Ghostbusters cereal too.
They had Urkel O's.
Oh shit, I remember Urkel O's, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know what? These kids are missing out on some shit nowadays, dude. They're missing
Well,
out on some
I'm sure they have their own now. Like I didn't know they still made Cookie Crisp till the other day.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, do you remember that? It was like the dog, the cop, and the robber.
Yeah. What was your favorite cereal commercial? Or what was your favorite commercial attached to a cereal?
I like the ones that always stick out to me. Like, do you remember the Wheaties commercials? Like when we
Yeah.
were kids, they always had like Jordan and Gretzky and like all these guys. Like those were always cool. Like Tony the Tiger. There's Tony the Tiger was on
Yeah.
like every commercial break.
Yeah.
They're great.
I think Tony the Tiger was mine, and anything with the Trix Rabbit and the Captain Crunch. I think the Captain Crunch cartoon commercials were my favorite though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember those.
He always has little adventures and stuff. Dude, we had to wrap this shit up.
I know this is this is like nerd rage length.
Yeah, we kind of went long, dude. We took it over. Yeah, but this is what happens when you get the memories going, dude.
Do you remember Waffle Crisp?
Oh, yeah, are you looking at a Google page and just naming stuff off?
Huh?
Are you
No,
looking at-
like I'm just going off. Like I'm just thinking of cereals. Like I remember, I used to eat Waffle
What
Crisp
the
like
fuck is
crazy.
Waffle Crisp? Hold on, I gotta look that one up. Waffle Crisp?
No, it was like they were little squares, and they were shaped like a waffle, and they kind of had like a syrupy type of taste to them. Like they had like a maple flavoring.
Waffle Crisp. Let's see. Oh snap! I do remember these. They used to get really like puffy and soggy.
Yeah, you had to eat them quick. Yeah,
Yeah, you
because
had to
they
eat 'em just
like
knocked
puff
out.
up. Yeah, and they get all gross.
Yeah, I remember these. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
I'm going to do a Google search of 80s cereal. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's funny.
And why is Tyler the creator? Why? I did my Google search, right? At the top, they have different like the different classifications for it.
Hmm.
Tyler the Creator is one of the images holding a box of fucking waffle crisp.
There you go.
Uh,
But no, like back to like 80s tie-in serials, man. Like I remember E.T., Smurfs. Like I was sitting down like this morning, like trying to think of cereals. Like do you remember the G.I. Joe cereal?
I didn't remember G.I. Joe had a fucking cereal.
Hell yeah, they did.
I did not know that. I remember I
Yep.
liked the strawberry shortcake. I'm looking at some now. Remember Gremlins?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember Gremlins having a cereal though.
Yeah, Mr. T had a fucking cereal.
Yep, I remember
shit.
that. Yeah, it was.
OJ's. Here it is right now. The one I was talking about earlier.
It was like Captain Crunch, is what the Mr. T was like.
Yeah, it looks just like that. As a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out. The oh wow, there's a lot I forgot about. Okay, so Kellogg's OJ's, and here's the guy with the. I'm gonna send a picture of it with the cowboy fucking brand or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
When you see this box, when you see this box, dude, you will remember this. You will remember this. You will be happy.
Dude, so I just typed in the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Ice cream cones. I remember that cereal.
I remember ice cream cones too. Dude, I just saw one called Kaboom.
And right-
You remember Kaboom?
No. Rice Krispie treat cereal. Do you remember that?
It was like
When
a whole
it-
fucking treat.
Well, there were like chunks of like Rice Krispies kind of like put together, and they had more of like a marshmallowy type of a flavor.
Nah, I don't remember that one.
No?
Hey, you want it in Skype or you want it in Facebook?
Either or.
Facebook.
Whatever.
We'll go Facebook.
Ugh. Crispex. You remember those? I still
Crispy,
make
I remember
those.
those. Those were disgusting.
Yeah,
Disgusting even then.
Yeah, that was the crap my mom used to buy.
That shit right there, OJ's.
All this healthy cereal.
Your mom was all about the healthy cereal shit, huh?
Yeah.
I was trying to get as much sugar as I could. Oh, that's a G.I. Joe
Oh,
cereal.
I remember those.
You remember those, dude?
Yep. It was like tricks and fruit and damn, why can't I think of it? Fruit Loops mixed together.
They got the Michael Keaton Batman cereal.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't know the fucking WWF superstars had a wrestling cereal.
Oh, I didn't
Everything
know
had
that.
a cereal back then. That's
Dude,
crazy.
it was, and it was like a direct tie-in with all the cartoons. Oh, that was the other thing. Saturday, I remember Saturday wrestling used to come on after American Gladiators.
Oh yeah. That's when I was heavy in I used to love wrestling, dude.
Oh man, I remember as a kid, there were two incidences. My mom came downstairs and we were watching wrestling, and the second one she was like, "Nope." When Jake the Snake Robert Snake was chewing on Macho Man Randy Savage's arm.
Was he chewing on it?
Well, like he had tied him up in the ropes, and like he held it, and like the snake bit his arm or whatever. And they're like, "Oh, it's too much for TV."
Oh, I
She's
remember
like,
that. Yeah.
What was going on? And like they were like putting an X over the screen, but you could still clearly see the snake biting his arm.
You know, they did like a documentary for him. Like he was trying to make his way back, I guess, into a healthy life because he'd been so fucked up off drugs.
Jake the Snake?
Yeah.
Strung out on cocaine. I think DDP helped him. Like with all that yoga crap that
I hear
DDP's.
he's a really good guy, man. That Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
Nintendo cereal. Did you ever name your cartoon?
Name it?
Yeah, your favorite cartoon? Your favorite Saturday?
Oh, well, that was the thing. Like, I really can't remember what was on Saturday. Like, I remember Ghostbusters was on Saturday, and it wasn't on the rest of the week.
So we had Ghostbusters on the weekdays and not on Saturday. Okay, I'll tell you what. So for next show, right, we'll come back with it, and then we'll ask our listeners to submit their favorite Saturday morning shows. How about that?
Okay.
Which we're doing now. We're basically saying.
I know, pretty much. Did you have any shows? Like, I just remember because we used to have like cousins and stuff like sleep over all the time, like on weekends. Were there any shows like that you had family or cousins that were into that you just were like, no, I hate this,
Hell yeah, man.
but they loved it? I was
Hell
just like,
yeah.
ugh.
And it would always be those dumb like girl cartoons and stuff like that. Like and they like my we had a little cousin who loved the Smurfs. I would watch the Smurfs, but I didn't like the Smurfs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this little jerk loved the Smurfs. If he came over, we had to watch the Smurfs. And if we didn't watch the Smurfs, he would cry and go tell, and then the TV get turned off.
Yep.
I hate them little jerks and their little stupid favorite.
Like
cartoons.
just stuff. Like I remember, like I never liked Inspector Gadget. Like I thought it was corny.
I love Inspector Gadget.
See, my cousin used to love that. He used to love that one. Wheeled Warriors, which
Wheel Warriors was the shit, dude.
I could never really get into Wheeled Warriors. And then what was his other show? Oh, Centurions.
Dude, you didn't like Centurion's Power to the Extreme?
Nah, it was okay, but like he was like on that. Like when I think of at least mine, like growing up, like my '80s like cartoons were like obviously Transformers,
Mm.
GI Joe, He Man, Thundercats, Turtles, Ghostbusters. I said before, Voltron, Brave Star.
Brave Star was the shit.
Yeah, don't go watch it now.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Dude, it was. I think Hulu had it, and I was like, "Oh, they got Brave Star." And I don't know about you, but at least like with my kids, I was like, "Hey, come watch this." I used to watch this when I was a kid. I remember like I was watching Brave Star, and I was like, "Oh, this is bad." And then my oldest son is getting to the point now. He's like, "Oh, does that mean we can turn it off?" I wondered how long you were gonna make me watch it, and I'm just like,
Yeah, like they have no respect for them shits. Dude.
"No, none."
I
And
have the DVD
the old
collection
Super
for it.
Friends
Uh-huh.
cartoon. I used to love that one.
Yeah, I actually love the Super Friends cartoon. I think that was like your first. I think that was your first fucking introduction to like
Superheroes.
Heroes, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That was one of my earliest ones. That one and the 1966 Batman, which is also a show that used to come on Saturdays after all the
Really?
cartoons were over.
See, for us, that was weekdays. All that was weekdays. Like, you know, one of my favorite shows. This is a weekday show, but still, fucking Muppet Babies. I used to love Muppet Babies.
Oh, I remember Muppet Babies.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta get out of here. We might have to continue this next week because this is a large topic, dude. We need to. Hey, you know what? We should continue this next week. What do you think, sir?
You weren't. I don't think we were ready.
Nah, I don't think we were ready. I think this should have actually just been the whole show because this is a deep topic. We weren't ready. I
Right.
was definitely not ready. All right, so I guess that's the show for this week. I hope everybody's enjoyed listening to this 3 hours worth of topic matter. Hey, you think if I put the Beverly Hills Teen intro song at the beginning for our intro, it'll get pulled for copyright?
No, if you keep it short enough, like
I'm gonna get a
five,
couple
10
seconds
seconds,
of it.
probably you'd be all right.
I'm gonna get a couple seconds of it. I'm gonna do it, dude. We gotta do it. It's a lot.
Nobody's gonna remember that show.
Nah, they won't. It'll recall their memories to the past. So I don't know. Maybe I'll post some shit throughout the week, or I don't know. We could post some shit throughout the week asking like the listeners to fucking I don't know, just whatever, some cartoon something. I don't know. I gotta think about. I don't know. What do you think? So,
I'm with you. Do you want to come back and do a top 10?
hell yeah, I'm down for that.
All right, top 10 cartoons, either Saturdays or weekdays, just whatever top 10,
Yeah,
and then
top
maybe
10.
5 most hated.
Yeah. Should we make them submit a serial subscription too?
Yeah, it'd be good,
All right,
dude.
guys.
No, I was gonna say, you know what's funny though is my kids, one of the Disney channels has started playing like all the old Disney cartoons.
Mhm.
So like they're all into like Gummy Bears and Gargoyles and DuckTales.
Gargoyles is a really well done show.
What else was on there? Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, I think was on
Another good
there.
one. Yeah.
I think Tailspin was on there.
I'm about to go watch some of this shit.
Oh, dude. Oh, speaking of Chip and Dales, have you seen that meme somebody posted?
What's that?
That it's like Chip and Dale are dressed exactly like Indiana Jones and Magnum PI.
Nice.
It's
You gotta
funny.
send it to me. I see.
Oh, it's funny, man. Anyway, let's end this. It's
Yeah.
Saturday. We have stuff to do.
My wife's already pissed off.
Mine too. It's already freaking 2 o'clock. Holy crap, we've been going
Yeah,
a long time.
Dude, we went for 3 hours, dude. It just went. You know, my wife, she was like, all right, man, I'm out, dude. I'm out. All right,
All right.
bye.